want to call out one person.
And I hate myself a lot.
But you're getting punched in the dick.
There needs to be more Street Shark references.
I say who?
That's funny as hell.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Underqualified, the Overcompensated podcast. I am your host with the least most, just trying to live my life like I still have a hairline. Rhodes. The man that has been rocking the bald look, making you just look like a sugar daddy, Mr. Clean, just ready to just clean you up. Rico.
Let there be Rico. Woo! Let's go.
And below us, finally looking like he actually belongs on a podcast, ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Angry Firth.
That's me. So what I'd
game.
like to do, hey, real quick, I'd like to wish a literal happy birthday to Tristan Christopher. I'm going to see if I can say this right. Toshiro Kitano.
Oh, happy birthday.
And not only
It
a
is
happy
We
birthday,
last.
Like literally the day of his birth.
yeah, but not only
Oh,
happy birthday, congratulations to him on his
We laugh.
newborn bouncing baby.
Well, I'm wishing a happy birthday to Tristan for being born.
Oh,
I mean, Sean
sorry.
didn't do.
I didn't
Sean,
hear the first part. I just heard Kitano, and I was like, "Yeah, happy birthday, Kitano!" Like, congratulations, you fuck.
It's his
No, his
newborn
son.
son. It was
Yeah,
his son was born today.
Sean
Yeah.
was only involved for like 2 minutes. The rest of the thing.
Yeah. 2 minutes.
More congratulations to his wife,
Yeah, to
who did
Elena.
the real work.
Yeah, who did everything. Sean
The
was like,
real
"9
"I did my
months
pumpkin of this story.
for a 2-minute mistake.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Good luck having
Congratu-
that the rest of your life.
yep. Congratulations to the Kitanos. And everyone's doing well, as far as I know.
Very good.
I'm very happy for them. And
No,
so
that's awesome.
Sean has
they're all good
Sean has a
friends,
son.
and that's great that they got a son. I can only imagine what that's like. I have 2 girls, and I'll always have 2 girls. So,
Well, we don't know because we'll get into that later.
I mean, I'm snipped, so
Yeah, he's nipped.
No. I meant it's their body, their choice, Hua.
Oh.
no, you're correct.
For Gondor.
I mean, you're correct. I like to make my wife a little uneasy by mentioning that, but you are
great.
also correct. But, ladies and gentlemen, we have a kind of variety show for you today.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I'll be playing
we
the
missed
flute.
out last week, and we just have a bunch of different topics. We're just going to kind of round robin, kind of hit these, our general impression on them. We're not going to just hit one and write it out the whole time, but we're going to see how this works.
love to
Because,
hit
you know,
and ride.
sometimes we grab hold of the bone and we
Hit the
keep
leather
it.
and ride.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to hit this leather. We're going to ride it. Much
Excuse me
like
for a minute.
much like Jessica Simpson in a Hardee's commercial. We're just going to
Love them
Ride this
burgers. I would eat the burger right out of those goddamn shorts. Just like
Now, did I hold on? She was in one of those commercials, right? Because I know Paris Hilton was in it, but was Jessica Simpson the one riding the bull?
No, I think Paris.
Or was that Paris
Jessica
Hilton?
Simpson? Jessica Simpson was in the Dukes of
Dukes
Hazzard
of
movie.
Hazzard.
Yeah, she was.
But I don't think she was in a Hardee's commercial.
I thought Paris
She
Hilton
was in my
first, and I
dreams.
knew that she was in it, but I was like, no, it had to be Jessica Simpson too, right? But
Rico's
maybe it was
Rico's
Paris
just.
Hilton.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was just Paris Hilton. But
I'm looking for it.
the burger eating out of the pants. What? I'd eat the burger. I'd eat the burger
After
that
how
she
many
held in
years
that.
that you've known Rico, does that come and really surprise you?
I don't know. It doesn't surprise me. It took me by surprise.
No, she did a beer ad, and we are not objectifying women. Art is art.
It's not
Oh my
objective.
God.
We appreciate attractive women for being attractive. We
Is
also
this what it's like to be a
appreciate.
podcast in 2021 where you have
Yeah.
to you have to defend yourself?
You do.
Yeah.
I mean, we respect We are respectful. Okay.
If you're
But
just like,
we're also
hey
gonna
man,
admit when a woman
I
is
wanna-
respected.
I want to bury my head in her snatch, but respectfully.
Only with consent.
Like if I could, like if only, if she consented to me looking like this.
I just want to respectfully bury my face into your nethers. That's all.
We are dedicated to
Robin-
keeping Robin Williams alive with this
Yeah,
one.
I was just gonna say that's a Robin Williams joke. I can't take credit for that.
No, that man.
It's one of my. I love.
Genius.
It's one of my favorite things about Robin Williams when he did that with his fucking hairy ass arms. And he's just like,
And he dedicated himself for like
Oh.
45 seconds.
oh my
to
god,
this
it's
bit.
such a long time, and but his face is so good.
Oh,
Look it up.
fantastic. He looks
Look it
up
up.
like a puppy needing approval.
Oh, exactly. It's exactly what it is.
That fucking I miss Robin Williams. I miss him so
Me
much.
too. Me
The
too.
man was a treasure. Even though he
He
was
is.
also in the pre-show, as we're talking about Canadians, he was also Canadian. I think, right?
Robin Williams was?
Isn't he?
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so.
I think
I
he
mean,
is.
the amount of fur on that individual
No.
would make you seem like
Yeah, no.
he lived in a
Yeah,
cold
yeah.
weather environment.
He's exactly. He's just because he looks like a Sasquatch does not mean he is a Sasquatch.
All that's left in his goddamn his coffin now is just fur.
It's his hair. It's
Oh,
just-
he just performed a lot in Canada, I guess.
Yeah.
I thought, why did I think he was Canadian? I don't know.
I performed in Canada once
Anyways,
for 3 minutes.
I perform in Germany a lot.
anywho's,
This is where my wife comments. It's just like not enough.
so who's got one first? What do you got?
Okay, we're getting right into it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fuck it.
All
You
right,
want to talk
so-
about Fort Jackson off the bat?
That's more of I think that's more of your guys' thing because I don't know a whole lot of information. So if we want to talk about the Fort Jackson thing, it was brought to my attention by other people that Fort Jackson basic trainees are no longer going to be carrying weapons with them. And I was like, what? That's like the main thing of basic training.
So
Was
what started this?
Being accountable for your weapon, right? Like
Yeah.
you have to sleep with that. If you have to piss in the
Maintain
middle
it.
of the night,
Keep it clean,
bro, it is the biggest thing in basic training. When they hand you your weapon and you can't wait to turn it in, I'm telling you, the day you turn
it's
your
my
weapon
least
in
favorite
basic
part
training,
of any uniform training. Any
Yes.
TDY training, like E&B sucks as it is, but the fact that I have to carry a fucking weapon with me at all times, and it's like,
at
no.
all times, and that's the thing that a lot of people don't understand is at all times. Oh,
Yeah,
you need
there's
to go
no
take
hey
a shit
battle,
in the-
buddy. Can you watch this for me?
No. It is. I need to go take a shit in the porta potty. Weapon comes with me. I need to do anything. The weapon comes with me. That's the way it was in basic training. That's the way it
It's
was in
conditioning
AIT.
for combat. Like you should always have
Obviously,
your weapon.
you
on
should
you. Yeah.
always be accountable for your equipment, and especially for your weapon. You always need to have your weapon available when you're in the army. So and then when they said at Fort Jackson they're not going to do that anymore, I was sitting there like, what happened at Fort Jackson?
Yeah,
And then
so-
Rico brought up to my attention that
There was a
Someone take-
soldier.
Yeah,
Or
so
not
this
a
is
soldier.
kicker. I'll
He
tell
he
the
was not a
first part,
soldier
Rico.
yet.
You follow on because you know the
Sure.
tail end of it. So there was a soldier who decided that he no longer wanted to be in basic training.
Uh-huh.
And we're presuming probably in the morning section because he was wearing PTs at the time. PT Camelback M16 unloaded, right? No magazine. He
like
somehow,
a fucking war hero.
yeah, like a fucking genius, sneaks
That's-
out of the barracks, right? Sneaks out of the AO, goes to the perimeter of Fort Jackson,
What does AO mean, Cody?
just the operating area.
There you go.
But I flipped those letters.
Yeah, you did.
there. But it is AO.
It's not OA. It's AO.
yeah, it
Area
is
of
AO.
Operation.
But
I just
that's weird.
I want
What did we
people
do
to know.
there?
I want people to know just because we all use Army talk, and
Yeah.
not everybody who watches us or
So-
listens to us knows Army
Who
talk.
got
So
out of the
continue.
basic
Oh, look at this
training
brown
area,
tea.
right? Because Fort Jackson is a basic training area, but they also have normal operating forces there. But they
Mm.
have a whole section of posts that's just for basic. So he got out of that, somehow traversed through the normal base, wearing a Camelback PTs, right, shaved head, looking like I'm a basic trainee.
I'm a basic trainee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And fucking got to the perimeter, somehow got over the fence, and then hijacked a school bus full of 18 kids,
Mhm.
and the bus driver. But for some odd reason, like the bus driver stopped at a stop, let the kids on. This dude rushed the bus, pointing the empty rifle at the bus driver, right? And I'll continue with the story, but one thing that I got on the video of it was that the bus driver was like freaking out and let him take the bus. Look at the mag. There was no rounds in the boot his ass off the bus.
Safely, even though there was no mag, he could have had one chambered. So the bus driver did the right thing.
You never know.
Could have, but me personally, I'm calling your bluff there, buddy. We're going to see how dedicated to this cause you are. But when
how bad you want to get out of here, pussy?
You got one round. You just learned how to shoot that thing. I'm hedging my bets. Right?
Yeah, right. Are you one of the guys that needs to go to the range 4 times that day?
Yeah. I'm going to ask you what phase you're in. You're still in red phase? I'm hedging my bet.
This guy just makes poor choices. He tried to steal the bus.
He stole the bus. Successfully. He's trying to get back to New Jersey.
Yeah. What a horrible choice.
From North Carolina, try to go back home to New Jersey.
I get it. All right, never mind. I didn't know this part. I get it now. All right, I fucking get it.
You're always first in my heart, Grant.
He steals the bus. So he has the bus driver drive for a ways and then decides, I got all these kids. This is a hostage situation. Stops, gets them all off the bus, then continues to drive it himself, right? And drives for a while and then decides this is too fucking slow and ditches the bus on the side of the road, leaving his rifle that he just used to hijack the bus. Leaving his rifle because
it's empty. What are you going to do with it?
Yeah,
accountability,
right?
Accountability. That's how you know he was in red phase. Because if he was in fucking blue phase,
you never would not have
left that. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. He wouldn't have left that rifle.
Panic attack outside the bus.
Oh my god! He would have been like, "Where the fuck is it?"
But then he ditched the bus, ditched his weapon. He's still in PT's Camelback.
Who's the dummy?
And then he gets arrested. Right? They find him. And then this is the part that I stopped reading at this point. So Rico, you got the rest of this. This fucking unit of a man hijacking a bus. Yeah, he did get annoyed. Yeah, that is a point. He got annoyed of the kids talking and kicked them off the bus.
I get that.
I didn't realize he couldn't drive a bus. Oh, it's not that hard.
And then he tried to carjack someone else. Yeah.
What a fucking champ.
And so then he gets arrested.
He gets arrested. And the latest report I've seen from the local sheriff's office there is he attempted to break out of jail. And if I could paint a picture from you based on a quote that I know I have in front of me, he was handcuffed naked and just basically running into steel doors to try to escape this prison.
Absolute unit of a man.
I have a
question.
I would like to bring something up. And we brought this up in the pre-show, but I want to bring this up for all the internet. You know who the real hero is in this situation?
Who's that? Me?
It's his recruiter. No, it's his recruiter. Because this man found this diamond in the rough and was like, "Hey man, do you ever smoke weed?" And he's like, I'm literally high all the time. And he was like,
actively, no. I haven't.
The answer is no.
Just don't put that down on paper. And then like this recruiter got this person into the army. And this recruiter is like, "Hey man, did you hear what happened to your soldier?" And he's like, "Nah, man, I don't give a shit about what once they go off on that bus, like that's it. Those are my numbers."
This.
I wasn't aware of the balcony
story by now, and he like recognized the dude, and he's like, "Son of a bitch!"
I think I know that kid.
Jesus, it gets better. Grant is on the scene.
Grant's like he's our fucking reporter on the scene here.
Grab the kitty,
handcuffed, naked, and jumped from a second-floor balcony. Trying to escape. So he jumped from a second floor balcony, broke his ankle, and was taken to the hospital and tried to escape from the hospital. This man was dedicated to the fucking cause. He was like, "I'm getting back to New Jersey.
Of 2021.
No one can hold me back."
This is it. Like this is who you want in the army. Like this dude. It's like what you said, Cody, earlier.
Take that in the pre-show determination and put it.
Yep, exactly. And be like, "Hey, your way out of here is through Al Qaeda." And you're like, all of Al Qaeda? And you're like, yeah. And this fucking PV2 comes from behind you, and he's like, "Yo, Sean, I got this.
I'm going back to Jersey, baby."
And you're just like, "Private, you don't have a fucking magazine in your weapon." And he goes, "I learned you don't need it." Yeah,
Not
no.
even
All you do
far.
is need to. You only need to point it at people.
This works.
Oh, I love this kid. I mean, he's
Bye,
a piece
Grant.
of
We
shit.
love you.
It's a piece of
But-
shit.
Thank you for the reporting.
Holy shit!
I
Love you
fucking
too.
I love and also hate this guy because
I love
imagine
McCready because McCready's just like, yo, this kid was a fuckface. McCready out.
so I love this guy, but could you imagine as you're pacing the room in a church corridor,
And the bride's groom, wait, the groom's bride is a whore. I don't know what.
the bride is a whore. But could you imagine like he got caught if he got caught before he got to the bus, right? And then like he got caught outside of the AO of basic.
You know, if they stopped
And
him at
then
the fucking gate,
They would
guard
just
or
put
something.
him right back in basic. Like they wouldn't do
Yeah.
anything with him.
They would have
No.
recycled his ass.
They would have recycled his ass, and then
Yeah.
he gets to you, right? In Germany. Do you think his
Wait, why is he
determination to
coming
get
here?
back?
Why is he
Because-
coming here?
Because if he came to
'Cause-
Hood, it'd be a massacre.
Yeah, that's
So-
true. That's true. They're not sending me to Hood. You guys got too much bad press.
Yeah. So they send
At
him to
least-
Germany, right?
At least
And
here in
this
Germany, it
soldier-
just gets swept under the rug. They're just like, they're
do you
just like,
think
oh, this guy's
that,
out of his mind.
Thank you, Ashley. Our other
Oh, with Pizza Hut.
correspondent,
My wife.
Ashley Rhodes, no relation.
No, you can't.
My-
You can't mix being a news source and family. That's can't do that.
My favorite part of that message was that she understands that Carl's Jr. and Hardee's are similar but different.
Yeah. But
One might say separate but equal.
Same, Ashley.
Same.
Same. I would take all stages Jessica Simpson.
Yeah, absolutely,
Everything.
absolutely.
Even like kind of
Absolutely.
let herself go. Jessica said, yeah,
Yep. Still go
I
for it.
I would still.
Only if she'd let me with her consent. Just say.
of course, as a respectful third party.
I don't know. Denial makes it hotter.
You can't say that. Rico, you
We made
didn't
it.
have that button ready already?
I couldn't get to it fast enough.
Early on
trying-
in the show, you got to keep it fucking
I'm
hot.
trying to
button.
monitor the chat.
You got to keep
We made
a
it
hot
17
key.
minutes.
You gotta
We
keep
did
a
it.
hot key on for him.
God. I'm listening to Freak on a Leash over here and Road. Oh, God.
Oh,
Oh, that 2000 corn.
your
I
wife.
fucking love it. Oh shit! No!
Is
What is that?
that,
That's
is
her.
that Hungarian for
Is that Hungarian for you're fucked?
No, I'm pretty sure that's just you're fucked in,
we just
in
see
every
we
language.
just see a flip flop curve around the corner.
I was like, baby, I thought you were in Hungary. She's like, oh shit!
So yeah,
My
Fort
wife
Jackson
is actually
soldier,
in Hungary.
because of all this now.
And
we
she's
get
still
the
watching.
first
Good for
first
her.
point,
Thank you.
right?
I know.
Because of all this,
Yeah.
the army in its infinite wisdom, as they always
Yup.
do, right? They
Yup.
never overreact. They
No,
react the
never.
appropriate amount, and they decided the problem
Sorry.
isn't these soldiers not wanting to be here, or just having one or two shitbag soldiers that don't want to be here. The
Mhm.
problem is the weapons. So let's just take the weapons away and give them rubber duckies, which
That's
is
the thing.
for the civilians watching just a rubber version of the M16.
So
Thank you,
isn't
Cody.
that worse? Because the rubber ducky is heavier than an
Oh,
M4.
you could beat the shit
Oh.
out of someone with a rubber
Could you
ducky.
imagine having to carry around a rubber ducky for basic training? I would. I can't. I don't want to say this. I'll make those jokes.
I
all
hope
the
they
time.
recycle
But-
him and then
Oh.
let all the other trainees know that it was
Just-
this guy.
Hey
and they
man,
just shower party him with the fucking
It's-
rubber ducky.
oh, it would be the fucking worst. I'd hate my life even more than I did in basic training if they were like, "Hey, you have to be responsible for your weapon," and you were like, "Fuck yeah, I'm a low carry. I'm gonna be a fucking soldier." And they're like,
Cool.
"Here you go," and it's just this fucking droopy ass rubber ducky with the fucking.
It's like- It's curved like my penis, and
yeah, like.
Got a
Like
corkscrew
you want
in
to
it.
see anything sadder than an 18-year-old who doesn't know how to handle a weapon carry around an M16? Giving
And
him a
then
rubber
They
ducky
know
of an
it's
M16.
rubber, so it's like they're just pointing it at each other, looking it down
Oh.
the fucking fake barrel.
There's no flagging.
No, it's
Because guess
rubber.
what? Because your rubber ducky's pointed at the ground no matter what angle you hold it at. It just wants to point towards the ground.
So bad. Oh.
So here's my question. Do they not qualify anymore?
No,
They
so they
probably get-
would qualify, but it would be, I would assume,
They have-
right?
They have
I
to
would
run
assume
up
it'd
and
be
punch the
conditional. They
dummies.
Yeah, it's just knife work. Call of Duty, just knife work. No, I would
Just
assume they
close
would
combat.
they would get ready to go to the range, and like one of the NCOs would then sign out a shit ton of weapons, load it up in the duty van, drive it out to the range, and they would ruck out to the range, draw their weapon from the arms area, shoot, and then turn them back in.
Seems like a big fucking hassle.
That
You're
sounds great.
correct.
As someone
That's
who
my
is signed,
assumption. Of course, this is unsubstantiated, but through my years in the military, this
They're
does not
not going
surprise
to
me.
let them, like, they're going to teach them some sort of weapon discipline, and the only option is rubber duckies. That has to be. Like, I haven't seen anything that, like, blatantly says they will carry rubber duckies, but that's the only way that they can, like, get through that process. I don't know.
right?
Well, I mean, so you haven't heard that they do have rubber duckies?
Yeah, no, I haven't heard that at all. That's my
Well, first
assumption.
I have no clue. I have
You
no
haven't
idea.
heard it either?
No, I have no idea.
So rubber duckies would make sense because the Army's still going to be like, we have to teach them weapon retention
Yeah.
and responsibility still.
Yes.
They wouldn't just go no weapons, right?
No.
Because it's still basic. So they would give them the rubber duckies, but it would be even better, imagine, with your experience through the military, that they wouldn't give them rubber duckies, but they would still make them walk around as if they had a weapon at low carry.
Well, we're in Garrison. Hi, Carrie.
No.
Shoulder.
I fucking love it.
Dude, I would be so
I'm-
fucking pissed. So I went to Fort Jackson,
Fucking
and I could
jazz
only
hands.
imagine. I could only imagine myself. So we were at one of the final fucking overnights. FTXs out in the field when I was in basic training, and a fucking lightning storm hit, and everybody just left their fucking weapons. If I had to go back to go get a fucking rubber ducky, because that's what they did. They sent us back. Hey, you got to go get your weapons. We don't give a shit about that lightning. If they were in,
Put him up in the air.
Go sit on the roof.
We
This is a bad idea. This is a bad idea, Drill Sergeant.
like literally all of us slept under a CTA that night. like a
And you didn't
massive
pack sleeping bags.
clothed
because it was
orgy.
supposed to
No,
be
we
a
couldn't go get our
daytime.
stuff.
Yeah, it was
Everything
supposed to be a daytime mission. You didn't pack any of your shit.
So it was a clothed orgy of soldiers with their weapons trying to avoid being fucking destroyed by lightning.
As it was probably raining.
Yes.
And you all had
Underneath
your
the
ponchos.
CTA.
You all have your ponchos.
No, we didn't have everything was left out there. The only thing that we could get was our fucking weapon.
Oh, it was
Yeah.
just left out on the range. They didn't even let you run out and get your bags and bring them back in.
No, because we were set up. We were set up already in position. We had already dug Hasties, and
Oh, you're not an FTX. Okay.
yeah, and FTX. Yeah, we dug Hasties and everything, and everybody's like, "Get to the fucking CTA now!" And everybody's fucking running, and they're like, "Who doesn't have their weapon? Go get that shit!"
Fucking top notch. Well, I mean, it's just
I love it.
So-
I fucking love everything that I just heard.
so. My second
Sorry, that was
point.
a-
I want
that
to
was a
play a
little
quick game
off
with you
topic.
guys, right? So that's Fort Jack.
Ooh, I love games.
I want to play a
So
little
what
game, right?
What we're getting at is this kid's brilliant. All right,
Yes.
we're like that's what we're saying,
Promote
right?
He is
above
brilliant.
peers. Give him some. What you need to do is
Future
not
first
kick
arm.
them out. You need to give them a reason to stay in, right? So you just need to give them a reason to stay in. So give them a
This kid-
promotion and give them
this
some
kid comes back,
responsibility. And
Everyone's
this
like, "What's up,
dude,
top?"
give this guy
Future
a promotion and some responsibility. And this
Sergeant
man will
Major of
take
the
out
Army.
ISIS by himself. That is what needs to happen.
I'm
just need to
telling
give him
you.
responsibility. This man.
This man, Israel hires him. They're like, "Yo, Hamas is just sending missiles into here," and he's like, "No, I got this. Hey, do you want ammo? Nah, dog. No, I took a bus.
I
and
am the
literally-
Iron Dome.
Yeah. You know what I did? I took a bus and I stole America's heart. All right, that's what I did.
This fucking.
There's two people up there, Kelly Clarkson and this guy.
And Ryan Reynolds, even though he's not ours.
He's Canadian.
Yeah, but he
He
was
goes
also in
suck
Green.
Justin Trudeau's dick. I don't care.
He was in Green Lantern, so you know.
Even he doesn't accept that happened.
No, he does. He watched it recently.
Well, yeah, no, I mean,
First time
he,
ever.
he acknowledges that he did it,
Justin Trudeau.
but he
watched
feels the
Green
same.
Lantern?
Yeah, Justin Trudeau
No.
hates Green Lantern.
He's
He
a
actually
big Marvel.
communicated
He's a
Ryan
big
Reynolds
Marvel
after
mark.
the movie was made.
He was actually in a Marvel comic, Justin Trudeau.
Was he?
That's unfortunate.
They had a recent
Was he
series.
being quasi-racist and slightly socialistic?
Not at all. He was just being Justin Trudeau in this series.
I said what
It
I
was
said.
So what Cody said. Okay, Roger.
It was a Captain Marvel book.
I want to take everybody's money and then more of the black people's money. That's all. That's all I want to do is Justin Trudeau.
Yeah. Also, COVID goes and stays in these shoddy ass hotels.
Yeah, exactly.
Please continue. What do you do in the comic?
Yeah.
He was the head of like the Space Force for a Captain Marvel book or something like that.
The fuck?
He was featured in several Alpha Flight books with Captain Marvel.
Wait,
Of
So-
course, Alpha Flight. Yeah.
So, yes.
I was watching an interview that Sean Hannity did with Trump,
Uh-huh.
I guess lately, and Trump was talking about all the wonderful things he did as president.
Yeah.
He's
He's
as
like,
you do.
and I created Space Force, and it's gonna be amazing. And he said this with the most serious face on the planet, and he's like, I created Space Force, and everyone should have been like. That's all that just reminded me of. Like,
Everyone makes fun of the Space Force, but I'm telling you, if they open up inter-service transfer again in the next year, I am
You can.
submitting.
They already
this
did.
package.
can.
Yeah,
You
so
can.
they did, but the deadline was March 31st for that. So you have to wait for the next window to open.
Yeah,
It's-
but you
It's
can.
not just a continuing thing.
it's-
You have to wait for their window. So I have to wait for
I
next
think-
year's window, and
Uh-huh.
I'm dropping this fucking packet
right. A
to
Space
transfer over to the
Force
Space
I
package.
Force.
I can't wait to get that message in the group chat where you're fucking sweeping the moon. You thought you were gonna be a space medic, but instead you're like
Bro.
lining up vehicles and sweeping the moon.
Bro, you're
On
gonna,
the moon.
you're gonna be an E5 transferring to Space Force, and they're gonna be like, "Congratulations, Sergeant Major," and you're gonna be like, "What the fuck? No, not me."
That's why everyone's like, why would you want to go to Space Force? That's so dumb. I was like, they have no one. So if I go there and I'm quasi-competent,
You
I
also
have
don't
a
have to
feeling
do
I'll
anything with
do
your.
well.
You don't have to do anything to your uniform. You just change this name tag. That's
Yeah.
it. You just peel this off, and it goes USA. I want a Space Force like
Name tag? I'll get you
unit
one.
patch. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll get you one.
Oh
The
fuck.
Space Force is so timely, though. Over the last year, 2020, we've had many instances where they've released documents indicating that, yes, aliens are real. Even, I don't know much about it, maybe you guys know, Obama had some statements
Mhm.
on the existence of
Yeah, he did have
aliens.
some statements, but he kind of skirted around it. Like, obviously, he's not going to be like, yeah,
course.
no, I've read the book. Like, yeah, no, it exists. But like, he kind of skirted around it, doing the
Uh-huh.
general politician thing, or just general anyone in the military. I can neither confirm nor deny, which means I confirm. If you ever ask anyone in the military something and they go, I can't deny or confirm that, it means yes.
Thanks,
That means-
Obama.
It's a strong confirmation.
Yeah, that means yes, because if it was just a blatant no, hey, are
They
you
just-
guys murdering U.S. citizens in the military? No.
No, you
Okay,
But if
guess
it's
they're
like,
not.
idiot.
hey, are there aliens? And you go, I can neither confirm nor deny.
Oh shit, there's aliens, dog!
Oh fuck!
I'm about
Oh,
to
you
Captain
meant
Kirk some
alien!
alien booties!
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Captain
You met an
Clap.
alien. Did you fuck that alien? Yeah, fuck that alien. I mean, I can't
some
confirm.
alien cheeks
I can't confirm.
The
Nor
first
deny.
alien
With-
contact with soldiers,
with
a
consent,
private's gonna fuck an
respectfully
alien. Just
clapping
Yeah.
alien cheeks.
The alien obviously had to say yes.
yeah,
Then I,
we're
then
all
I
for
fucked that
alien
alien.
consent, but then the private fucked the alien.
Yeah. The private from Fort Jackson?
Yeah,
You fuck that alien. That private has done everything in the army. He's got a UCMJ already. He's
Hell yeah.
fucked aliens. Like
Hell yeah.
this is my future boss.
Well,
This
just
kid
think about it.
just joined the army.
This man he's probably like a cook at Jackson, right? You need to transfer him over to scout because what did he do? He evaded detection
Hell
from
yeah.
drill sergeants, battle buddies, and everyone else on post. He then traversed an obstacle. So good job teaching him their drill sergeants. Like, and then he commandeered a vehicle
Hell yeah.
and used psyops to commandeer this vehicle, right?
What a
I can't
fucking
wait-
champ!
And
I
then
can't wait to
he
stand at parade vest
improvised,
for this
and
kid.
adapted, and overcame.
Oh.
This man,
I'm
if
serious.
nothing
Give
else
this kid a
says
rocker.
I'm the army. I mean,
I'm
this is new
serious.
Captain
Did,
America.
did either of you go to Jackson?
I did.
No,
Did
I
you?
didn't.
Okay, so I'm just wondering if you're like the bus driver was like fighting back, and he was like, "No, always forward," because that's the motto at
No,
Fort
you-
Jackson.
I
Always
watched
forward.
I watched the video. You can see the bus video.
Wait, wait.
And the bus
isn't
driver
that the
didn't do
motto
shit.
from?
The bus driver was just like, mm.
The motto
isn't that
from
the motto from Luke Cage? Always forward, forward, always.
so it's always forward for Fort
Yeah.
Jackson. It's toujours prêt for fucking 4-2, right?
Yeah,
What's
yes,
your
no,
pet.
it's
I'm tracking
always
that.
something.
for Luke from the Luke Cage
Is it
show from
always
Netflix.
ready to be ready?
Oh,
ready
you
to be
mean
ready.
CCR?
I'm ready to be ready.
I can't comment for another month about
Who's your
that.
threat?
you want.
Always ready to be ready.
Hey, always sweaty, cool.
But so I
All
do have
right.
a game for you guys. I have a game.
All right,
Oh,
we're done with
okay.
Fort Jackson.
Yeah. It's called Is It Racist? Super fun.
Oh, great!
Are you ready?
Oh, I'm going to do really well. Hey, Rico, I'm going to give you.
We're ready. I was just doing a test fire.
Good. All right. So,
Fantastic.
first question. The governor in Chicago, is the governor or the mayor? Please correct me.
Oh God, it's the mayor. Oh
Yeah,
God,
sorry.
you mean Beetlejuice? You mean Mayor
Yep.
Beetlejuice?
Yeah.
Oh,
The Crypt
Jesus
Keeper
Christ.
who mouth fucked the fudge monster from
Oh
Candyland.
my God!
Um,
I watched a drive-in movie that was projected on her forehead. She is Jesus Christ. Oh my
So-
God!
So
I-
we're referring to Lori Lightfoot. If you're not tracking that.
I would fuck a gravel road before I would stick my penis in that woman.
So, so back to my question.
Because you don't have to get consent from a gravel road.
This is true.
So back to my question.
Gravel roads always say yes.
Is it racist? Mayor Lightfoot, right? She
Oh, she's
came
the
out and
worst.
said that she is not giving any
Oh,
media interviews
Yes.
to anyone
Yes.
who
Yes.
is
I wish I had
white.
paddles.
Yes.
Yes and no paddles.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. It's racist.
Is that
It's
racist?
definitely racist. It's
Yes.
definitely racist.
Because I've
It's-
heard
it's
some
100%
news say,
racist.
it's reverse racism. No, that's just racism.
It's
That's
just
No,
all.
it's just
racism.
racism.
No matter what
There's no
direction you
such-
go into, it's
There's
racism.
no such thing as
But so-
no such thing as reverse racism.
It's not
racism.
Uno, underqualified,
Yeah.
overcompensated.
Exactly. Right.
Here's my distinction, though, right? So just to clarify,
Okay.
I don't disagree with what she was trying to do, which is just empower like the minority reporters, right? But the way
You
she
can
went
just say it
about
like she said it. The black and brown reporters.
yeah,
Which she doesn't
Well,
think
I
there's
mean,
enough
she
of.
sees the disparity. She's trying to empower them. I get that.
Mhm.
But how she went about it was the racist part, with how she
Yeah.
said it and just saying, "I'm not doing any interviews with any white reporters." Like you just do
Well, you know-
more interviews with minority reporters.
You know what's
But you
nuts
still do
is
interviews with white reporters. That's the non-racist conclusion.
She slapped
here.
a sign. She slapped a sign on her door, on our office door, that said "No whites allowed," which is insane to me. I don't think you're allowed to do that.
I
She
don't
did
know
that.
if you're really. I don't know if you're like being honest here because part of me is like that makes sense.
Did she do that? No, she didn't do that. That's fucking awful.
Because at this point, I would not be surprised.
You can
A
fit so much
politician.
racial insensitivity in this one room.
Right? The irony and just the pure bold
Yeah.
hypocrisy involved
Yeah.
with being an African American mayor, right, in a town which has a high percentage of African American, brown, and black citizens, right?
Chirac? We talk about Chirac, right?
And
Yeah, we're talking about
this is
Chirac.
Chicago,
Cool.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, Chirac. He said what he
Yeah.
said.
But you have a high percentage of
It's
black.
probably
and brown
safer in
civilians, and
Christ,
you
I would
have
rather
the
live in Baghdad.
hypocrisy to make a statement like that and not see it. Like,
Well, you know what's
by the
it's-
way,
it's
in
crazy.
the game, is it racist? This was my only question. So that's.
Is
Fuck! I
is-
was ready for the next one. I'm like, okay.
I didn't
what's
have a
next?
follow up.
I was
I was trying to
I was
find
still-
other situations, but I couldn't.
I was
I couldn't
was
find them. I
stoked
didn't have
for it
enough
too.
time.
Is it
I was
racist?
so ready for this game.
I mean, I can
Tim
Google, is it
Tebow
racist?
to play football again when there were other minority?
Oh, that's fantastic. That leads us into our next question. Hold
When
on.
there are many other minority tight ends, should Tim Tebow, after being out of the game for 12 years, take up a tight end spot?
We're gonna see because he's not even on a fucking team yet. Like the Jacksonville Jaguars. Okay, so here's the thing, everybody.
So
here's a
explain,
peek
like
behind the
he's
curtain.
not getting drafted. Like he's just coming back in, and he's just letting
He hasn't
teams kind of figure it out, right?
Cody, he can't be drafted because he's been out of college for 20 years. He is literally
Is he a
no.
free agent?
He is a free agent. Yes,
Yeah.
he's a free agent signee for the Jacksonville Jaguars for the tight end
Okay.
position. Okay, and everyone's making a big deal because
Oh, so
he
he's
hasn't played.
applying, basically.
Yes,
Yeah, like he applied for a job.
correct.
What's your name?
And they went-
Hired. You're hired?
and yeah, exactly. Yes. So Tim Tebow is getting onto the practice squad as he has everywhere he's gone except Denver. As the tight end,
Which, by the way,
And
in
he's like
Denver, he did okay.
fourth. He did
I
fine.
said okay. I didn't say great.
He
I
did
said okay.
fine. He did fine. All right. He won a playoff game.
So he's trying to go to Jacksonville.
He is trying to go to Jacksonville, and he's going to be like the fourth tight end on that squad.
Mm.
Like, and it's because Urban Meyer, who was his coach in Florida, is the head coach of that team, and that's his home state, and all this shit. Like all these things fell in line, and I thought, and I follow sports. I didn't know he left the Mets organization because for the last, I don't know, decade, he's been trying to make it as a professional baseball player for the Mets organization.
So, but
Jesus
he hasn't
Christ.
played for the Mets.
I'm on his website right now. He has an
He's
amazing
n-
website.
Of course he does. Of course. That dude
Holy
is a minor
shit.
league baseball player, and he's employed by ESPN to talk about college football. Like the dude's
Yeah?
got money. Oh yeah. The dude's got tons of money.
Yeah, he's just trying not to be bored right now.
Look at this guy's
Yeah,
look at this
look at-
fucking creature.
Look at this fucking guy. Look at that. Look at
More
that
than business.
divide in
More
his
than
hair.
baseball.
More
More
than
than football.
Look at that. Look at that autograph. By the way,
Jesus.
that
See,
that
so that
T
is
is
one
on
thing that's
point.
always upset me about famous people, right? Like my signature looks like I have Tourette's and also palsy at the same time.
Sure.
Yeah,
So you
but
just,
somehow
he have
these
a fucking-
fuckers like
Does he
his
have
right
that
out-
on his book also?
of course he does. And
course he
he's
did.
I'm sure it's Christian.
Wow.
Yeah, he also works exclusively with a bunch of like Christian foundations, FCA, all sorts of different.
I'm sure Tim Tebow loves being associated with this podcast. I just talked about fucking a gravel road instead of a gay woman.
Instead
And
of,
now we're
instead of
talking-
a woman.
Yeah, and now we're talking about Tim Tebow. I'm sure he loves this
It's
shit.
only $125 for an autograph picture. You know, just saying.
And the man knows his price.
So Tim Tebow is getting a chance with the Jacksonville Jaguars. That's fine.
Is
Like-
he really getting a chance? I mean, that's like
No.
me applying to be like in the UFC, but like they're like, yeah, you have to fight first. And I'm being like, I'm getting a chance. And like, no, we're just
Yeah.
gonna let you get the shit kicked out of you.
By the way,
Correct. And
congrats
that's-
to Cody Rhodes, who recently acquired his blue belt in jiu-jitsu. So,
Thank you. Thank you.
Isn't that like one step above a white belt?
Yeah. Yeah, which belt do you have?
I got a black one. I got a brown one.
Yeah.
I have a black belt actually.
Oh, yeah. Welcome to our OnlyFans. Unzip that, Boppy.
No, so I'm very proud of the fact that yes, it is it's white, blue, purple, brown, black, right? And there's like 4 little mediation levels in between, so you get stripes as you progress up. And I've been doing-
Brown and black are at the top.
yes,
The way it should be.
yeah.
Huh.
Oh, sorry. This is the second question of is it racist? Is what Ferg just said racist? We'll never know. But
It's crazy
yeah,
because
so
I
I've
thought
been-
karate. So I can't say it.
Hello?
were you
HR?
I thought karate's top belt would be yellow.
You're fucking dumbass. Yeah,
God, I just can't get there fast
You're
enough.
just not fast enough today. But yes, my little bit. I've been doing
I'm just
martial
gonna hide
arts
behind my
for-
pop screen for a second. Hold on.
I've been
Why did I
doing
get such
martial
a
arts
small
since
pop
I
screen?
since I was 5. I've been studying for a very long time. I've been doing jujitsu for the past 10 years, but I've never been a part of a like actual program, a school studying.
Mhm.
So I've
dojo.
never been able to get jujitsu. It's more just a gym. They don't
He's
call
got
it a dojo.
professor and
But-
everything. Professor
Yeah.
Xavier.
So when I got here,
he's in
at
a
Hood,
wheelchair, but he does a sick lock, bro.
He's
his
in a
leg
wheelchair.
locks so tight. It's just
My
fantastic.
God. Are you telling me you scissor with this person?
Consistently, I did it last night. Yeah.
Huh.
Hot.
Yeah.
See it on our OnlyFans.
I'm serious.
Yeah, but I last year
I
when I
can't
got here, I
stand up
wanted to
right
get
now.
back into BJJ, so I found a school striking
Excuse me?
fitness.
What did you just say?
You
It always
fucking
sounds
heard
like
me.
blowjob with an echo.
Yep. Blow job, 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 job. But I found an amazing school. I found an amazing professor.
I can't tell if he's fake
and,
laughing or real laughing.
Just the idea of Cody going like, I got really into BJJ. And I was just-
BJJ.
Anywho, I like my school. I'm proud of what I've done. I'm proud of the people that I train with every day.
yeah, we are too.
I train Monday through Friday and then also on Sundays with these guys. So I put in a lot of work, very proud of myself and all the other people, because there was about 11 of us that got promoted to blue belt on Saturday because we all joined at the same time. And my professor had his white belt army, as he would say.
Just a white army?
Yeah, just a white army.
So they're the people that invaded the Capitol on January 6th. Is that correct?
Hey, the QAnon chief, his defense is saying his defense is
My
that
professor's brown, people. It's okay.
they're blaming him storming the Capitol on his autism. So apparently if you're autistic, you storm capitals.
You're cool.
You hear
I
that,
also
Mike?
heard that a lot of their
You hear about
defenders
that?
are saying that Fox News brainwashed them.
I love
You should've watched
everything that's
Suno.
happening. I fucking love what this country so much.
But yes, so that's as I tried to just get through this part
job.
because Firth wouldn't shut the fuck up.
He wouldn't.
Good job. You're
and then I
the
thought-
one who said BJJ.
Oh, how dare I say the actual fucking acronym for it?
What does it stand for? Blowjob job?
Yeah, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu blowjob job.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
because
sounds
it's
hot.
Portuguese, so you had to say it twice.
God.
You have to say it aggressively too. Portuguese is a very aggressive
Yeah,
language.
yeah.
It is. It is. It's a capoeira. You guys don't know
that-
about
Was that Barbara
Capo-
Walters saying Capoeira?
There's so many things are wrong there.
I know. I love the fact that you called me out and then compared it to Barbara Walters because that's 100% her speech impediment. Is like capoeira, capoeira.
Which real quick, just a small endorsement of a movie, Born a Champion. Speaking of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Born a Champion, actually really, really good, just fight movie overall. It doesn't follow the old trope, never back down bullshit. It's actually really well done. The guy who's in it, he is a legit black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So all of the moves, everything, the choreography is expertly done.
Why has he got to be a black belt? Huh? Why can't he just be a belt?
I hate you.
All right, on a second plug,
Because
check out my
martial
upcoming
arts is so
Tushy
close
Raw.
to my heart, and you just keep shitting on it.
Maybe they shouldn't. Maybe they
It's
should.
been the last 20 years of my life,
yeah.
and you're just like, hey, yeah, what about it's stupid as fuck? How about that?
No, it's not stupid.
No, not at all. You know how to break, I don't know, wooden planks. or
All
some
of you,
shit.
all of you. I know how to break
I'm
all
sorry.
of you.
I'm sorry. Do you see this belt that's behind me? All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna-
Do you
I'm gonna-
understand?
All right,
I'm gonna
it's a
take-
Oh, I'm
fight
sorry.
between. There we go. Now they
Yeah.
can fight each other
Oh
properly.
shit! Oh shit!
Hey, Firth.
I'm on the top, motherfuckers!
Hey, Firth. I will fuck you.
All right.
Nope.
Save it for OnlyFans
Say what I said.
and my upcoming Tushy Raw video.
Hey guys, coming up on our pay-per-view OnlyFans, Rhodes versus Firth. White on white crime.
For this,
hit-
I'll allow it.
No, he couldn't find it fast enough.
No, I'll allow that. You can't go wrong with saying white on white crime.
no,
If
you can't.
say,
I think
If you
it's
try to
crime.
say black
Rico didn't even hit a button. It just the Facebook did that. Like
not even
Zuckerberg is sitting in his house in California at
Watching
whatever
this
time it is in
podcast.
California. Yeah. He's a huge Uno fan.
Yeah, he's one of the 47 people watching.
Do we have 47 people watching?
No, you
Yes.
fucking dumb idiot.
we have 470. Jesus Christ.
Sorry, the zero
Get
is
on-
covered up by the light glare.
Get on board, Zuckerberg. All right.
Zuckerberg, am I right?
Yeah.
I'm crossing off my list as we go here.
Yeah. So am I.
The
Kinda.
new latest hotness, real quick. Okay, right. The CDC guidance. They're kind of going back and forth, but the general consensus is, like normal, you don't have to wear your mask if you're fully vaccinated, right? Even if you're around a group of people within 6 feet, still don't have to wear a mask. What I really liked when they first came out with it was you don't have to wear a mask outside. That was their first little bit, like 2 weeks before they came out with the other one.
Not
Like,
even
hey,
2
you don't have to
weeks.
wear it
It's
outside.
Not
And
even 2
most
weeks.
of us were like,
It's
yeah.
not even 2 weeks. It was like 2 days.
it was
And
like,
they were
it's
just
like,
like-
hey, if you're outside, you don't have to wear your mask. And all of us were like, wait, we were supposed
Are
to
you
wear masks?
Are you fucking stupid?
That's not
Are
how
you
the outside works.
fucking stupid?
I've had to wear a mask everywhere.
I mean, so do I. But when you're outside, you don't have to. Even on
I mean-
bases, they're like, unless you're in a group of people, that's the only time
No.
that they wanted you to wear a mask.
Here at the like really
The other place?
the most blissful of places.
I mean, it's not because I'm at the
You
great
have
place,
to-
so I'm at the greatest of places.
in the blissful place,
In the
you got to wear a
blissful
mask
place.
everywhere unless you got your shots.
So
which,
even like if you're at the gas
got-
station, you get out to go pump your gas. Mask.
yeah,
Rico, are you vaccinated?
no,
Yeah, you looked up at him.
Wait, really? Okay,
Yeah.
first of all,
Not at all.
put me back at the bottom. I don't like being up here.
I don't like you up there either, honestly.
Yeah.
Nope.
it's anarchy. Cats and dogs living together.
They're revolting.
So, are you really not vaccinated?
No,
Why?
because okay, if I could put it very quickly, I'm going to stop Bad
Yeah.
Wolfsome Zombie real quick.
Yeah, I mean it. Like, because Cody, you're vaccinated, right?
Yeah.
So this is my thing.
I was one of the first
Me
people in
too.
my organization to get vaccinated.
The
Wow,
Army,
no big deal.
American
deal.
I
military.
was giving it.
Did they give you a blue belt for that too?
Oh God, I'm gonna beat
They gave him two
I'm gonna beat
BJJs
you
and
in
a
San
comp day.
Antonio.
It's two BJJs and a comp day, and then you're good.
Oh my God! You got a BJJ for getting vaccinated?
BJJ.
When we link up in San Antonio for the Silky Psych, I'm gonna beat the shit out of her.
Hey, my question to
I'm gonna BJJ all
Rico?
over your face.
my
Yes.
question to Rico still stands. But
can answer that.
But also on the side, Cody.
Yeah.
No one gives a shit about your martial arts.
God, I fucking hate you so much.
So very
Fucking hate you.
rude.
Hey,
Anyway,
hey,
Yeah.
Cody. You know that thing that you've dedicated like a really long time in your life and like the last year
Yeah.
constantly
Yeah.
to?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
yeah.
Yeah, thank you for that. You know what? That just right here just warms me up. I'm gonna go hang myself with my blue belt now.
That's all right. I get it.
Just give me
I
a
get it.
2 hands
Oh,
BJJ.
Congrats.
Hey, I have trained the past year to roll around with someone in pajamas in slightly homoerotic situations. Don't fuck with me.
So to answer your question,
Yeah.
the
You want to make it look
Army-
like we're fucking without fucking?
You want to be my gravel road?
do you want to
Gravel
be my
road.
lover? You got to get with my friends, okay?
That's
Um,
what I hear.
I'll be your scary spice.
Oh,
Wants to be-
So
Posh
Rico,
Spice. I still
um,
love you with
why
all of
aren't
my
you-
heart.
why do you? Like
Sorry, I'm
Posh
talking-
Spice? Not even the.
Victoria
talking to us.
Beckham is
He's not talking to us anymore.
She's
No.
God level. Oh man.
No, she's not. I was never a Posh Spice kind of guy.
Oh God, that's because you're wrong. That's because you
So-
spell blowjob
Anyway.
with 2 J's.
That's because I put in twice the effort.
It's a blow ha.
That's in Spanish.
I headbang like Madison Ivy.
Oh my gosh. You see that Nefertiti video she did?
Anyway,
Anyway,
vaccinate.
Anywho,
So my thing consistently, and I'm pretty sure I lost a Facebook friend on it recently. We weren't really friends. We knew each other from AIT.
Yeah,
And
Facebook
if the army makes me get things for every vaccination, like I've done, like I got anthrax yesterday. I don't come in contact with anthrax like ever. But they're saying, hey, if you want to get COVID, you can, or not. No pressure. You just
Except here's all the incentives and or punishments if you don't get it.
yup.
no.
yup.
There's no punishments here.
Oh,
What's the
no,
punishment?
no,
I gotta wear a mask.
no, no, no.
Everybody looks
Cody.
cooler with a mask.
Oh no, you haven't heard of the incentives that some of the posts are doing?
They're not doing
Yes. Yeah, no.
Oh, They're
What's
like,
Cody's
oh, if you
correct.
get vaccinated, you
100%
get a
correct.
4-day. If you don't get vaccinated, you can't go on leave because then you're
Well,
not
that's
medic.
fucked.
Yeah, your
That's
med
commander
is red.
discretion shit.
You can't use the gym. You can't do all this shit. There's so many things
One
that they're
place
just
I
like,
haven't
hey, man,
figured out which one exactly, but there is a place throughout the army that wasn't allowing soldiers to go to the DFAC.
Oh
If
yeah,
they were unvaccinated.
that happened. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
nobody really goes to DFAC. Anytime I go to the DFAC here to pick up stuff for quarantine soldiers, it's like higher officers, it's like captains and shit. Like that's like a chill place to
That's
be.
because
There's
they
no
kicked out all the
fucking.
lower enlisted and made the cooks start making better food. That was their secret all along.
It's like E7 and above and fucking
yeah,
captains
they're
and
having
above.
fucking lobster and shit in there. That's why they're like, oh, the lower enlisted can't fucking come in here
in
anymore.
this blissful place.
Yeah, in the blissful place. But okay, so since it's not mandatory, you're like, why the fuck, right?
you guys are being really secretive right now. All right, I have no idea where you're talking about.
Well, I'm in the great place.
I love Fort Minor, and this place is really blissful.
I'm in the great place, which they say to you as you drive through the gate. Welcome to the great place. And then I look at them and I go, really?
Unpopular
Here's how-
opinion: they should have renamed Fort Hood Fort Guillen instead of one gate.
Do
Is that
you
what they
think
did?
really?
They
Is
renamed
that what
one
they did?
gate.
Yeah, they
named the
renamed
gate
one
after
of
They
the
that
made
girl?
a fucking
Yeah.
gate after her. They should have renamed because we want to get Confederate names away from the army anyway, right? So they should have renamed Fort Hood Fort fucking Guillen.
I disagree.
I
I
can't
don't-
believe
I
they
don't
named a
disagree
gate
with getting-
after this girl.
I don't agree nor disagree about getting rid of the Confederate names. Okay, if they want to do that, that's fine. But then they should name it after an actual like hero soldier, not someone who tragically and sadly lost her life while being.
But
a
I
soldier
also
on the
feel like
post.
that's like just it's so like it's another thing like swept under the rug thing. It's like, oh, we'll name a gate after her.
Yeah, a gate.
Oh yeah,
Fuck that. A fucking
No,
gate.
it's
Are you
pandering.
serious?
It's
I didn't
pandering.
know gates had names.
Oh, they
yeah.
do. Yeah, T.J. Mills Gate, shit like that. Yeah.
I'm sorry. When I drive onto Vilsec, it's not like I drive through like Gate Hitler and Gate Himmler. Okay, like I'm not
It's 'cause
driving.
they removed those names.
Oh, they did. Oh well, not
So
not permanently.
overseas, they don't name the gates too much, but on normal posts, yeah, the gates. If it's on a significant road, like T.J. Mills is a major road here, named
Welcome to-
after a soldier.
welcome to-
So the gate is that.
Oh my god, it's like welcome. You're traveling through Gate Goebbels.
So real
I
quick,
don't agree with naming a whole post after her because, yes, it was tragic what happened. It was very sad, and like it should be revered what happened. That should be used as a focal point for the future treatment of soldiers and
it
everything
won't
else.
be.
But
So
I don't
let-
think that it should be that they shouldn't name a whole post after her. And also, they're just pandering with the gate. It's just pandering. They're like, oh, people are angry at us because we're Fort Hood. Here's a gate.
Oh, look at this! Look at this mother.
So, okay, yes, absolutely. They're pandering with a fucking gate. But
They
the
are.
only people that will see that fucking gate and will be reminded of that gate are the people that go through that fucking gate.
Yeah,
so
there's
they're
like
all
8 on post.
yeah. So if we're trying to combat sexual assault, the murdering of soldiers, just yes, I get it. She was just a specialist. This wasn't a wartime death. But what would be a better constant reminder? A fucking gate or a post name?
I just think that would be the maximum level of pandering.
No, I don't think so. I think it would be a
I don't
constant
know,
reminder.
I do understand what you mean.
I don't know.
I do understand what you're saying.
I feel like a gate name is maximum amount of pandering. Like,
Oh, gate
You're
is
going-
definitely pandering.
Oh no,
Oh my
like
God.
pandering, but the
That
max
is-
amount of pandering would have been them going, we're renaming Fort Hood for one, to appease the people with Civil War names fight, right? And then the other group with the sexual assault and all of that awareness. They would be double pandering. But that would be the maximum level. Be like, we're
God, I hate
renaming
this so
the first
much.
post and we're doing Gian.
I
Like,
hate this so fucking much because I think if the army wants to take a stance on sexual harassment, rape, fucking killing soldiers for that shit, you rename Fort Hood to Fort Guienne,
Or they
and
could
it's
just
a constant
actively-
reminder.
Or they could actually just start doing something about it.
well,
I mean, yeah, that
Yeah.
goes without saying.
Because
That
that's what
goes-
I'm saying. Like, I don't
Yes.
think there would be a point to renaming the whole post because I get what you mean. It raises the awareness, but also
So what's the
I think
benefit
that
of
right should
keeping
be
it Fort Hood?
reserved. But then also they would just name the post after it would be Fort Guienne, and nothing would change. We would still go to sharp briefs every fucking week.
Of course.
And receive the same shit, and nothing would change because they're not actively doing anything. They're just
But
trying
it's
to
a
fucking cover the
constant-
surface.
It's a constant reminder.
That the
I
army's
am
still
no
not
longer
doing anything.
I am no longer at Fort Hood. I am at Fort Guienne because this soldier fucking died on post, buried in the fucking tough box, and burned.
I mean,
Dude,
also
I-
to clarify, I don't give a shit what the base is named. I don't give a fuck. They could name it Fort Shit. I don't give a shit. Right? I really don't care. I just work here. I don't give a fuck what it's named. I have no pride in the name of the base. But I don't know. I wouldn't be like up in arms if they did name it Fort Guienne. I just think something like that should be
for the record,
reserved for
there are no
something.
plans for this. This is just like this is my little bit.
Yeah.
Because when I see my daughter put on my fucking PC, it makes me fucking sad, dude.
I mean, I just walk out the door and I'm sad for my daughters. Look at my phone when I wake up and I'm just like,
Thanks for joining us, though.
why are you on this podcast? You just gave birth to a child. Thank you
you're
for-
doing good?
This is the best time to join on the podcast.
Thank you for.
She's taking a break. She's about to go take a nappy nap.
She's like, oh my god, I can take a shot. Holy shit! Like, fucking, Elena's like, fucking, finally, I can relax. And she tunes into Uno, and everyone's like, we need to recognize that this woman was murdered on an army base. And she's like, Jesus, I need 2 shots. Fucking relax, Elena.
Tell the
You've
nurse
had
to
a-
bring you in some schnapps.
Thank
You've
you
had
for
a
joining us,
rough
and
day.
congratulations.
You've
I
had
know
a
you're
rough
just chilling
day.
in the hospital. You
Yes.
just popped out a baby seed.
You did.
I feel
Congratulations.
personally, I feel very strong about this. And like I said, when I see my daughter put on my PC, I rip that shit off her head. And it's unfortunate that I can't.
Well, yeah, because she's wearing a PC indoors.
No,
Yeah, is she?
I'm
Hey,
gonna kick him
Rico.
off the show real quick.
Is she
You guys
under
can make
arms?
jokes when I'm trying to have a serious conversation, but I can't fucking be an idiot when you're doing it. Oh, I
Oh,
apologize.
you want to talk? You want to talk about scissoring your Asian boss? I don't give a shit about that.
No,
All
that's
right?
just on today's show. I'm talking about the history of the show for the past 2 years.
All I'm saying is
I agree with you.
rename
I agree
Fort
with you.
Hood to
There
Fort
is-
Guienne.
I
That's all I'm
understand it. I don't. I'm not dismissing your point. I do understand it. There's just a tiny sliver of me that's like, I don't know. It's hard for me to get over the capacity of pandering that it would be to the impact that it would have, I guess, for me.
I have a question.
Because the
for
surface
it.
level pandering and then trying to get past that to what it
The
actually
man
means.
with the sweet wrestling belt.
Oh,
Yes,
that's
you.
me. Oh,
Oh,
yes,
my-
you.
my future belt? Yeah.
No, all you have is cardboard boxes like a fucking hobo. Let's go.
Yeah, right.
Clean your office.
Nope. I was supposed to do that a month ago.
How have you
Here's
not
what I
moved
wanna
into
know.
your house yet?
No. Rest of the house is fine. Just in here.
Here's what I want to know. Rico,
Yes.
Why do you take your PC off your daughter?
It really sucks to fucking say,
Mhm.
but all of the sexual assault that goes by without fucking anything happening. So I'm like happy that they're talking about like shit being taken away from CID and going, or taken away from the commander's discretion.
Mhm.
And dude, we all, regardless of gender, we all signed up to do the same fucking job. We shouldn't be victimizing the people to the right and left of us. And when I see my daughter with my PC, it's like, oh my God, that's great. You know, you know, you're wearing it. I could see a future for you.
Mhm.
But what is in that future? That future is somebody
You don't want to
doing
imagine your
something
daughter being
fucking
in the
dumb.
current culture that you're in.
dude.
You see, I this is I don't mean to like overstep my bounds, but like you see your daughter joining the army, and that brings you pride, and then you also see your daughter being a victim of something.
Yeah, in that
Yeah.
scenario. Yeah.
Okay, and I don't mean to get like real here.
No, we
Like,
did.
that's fucking rough, and that's the issue. Is that this man has a part of his uniform that his daughter wants to play with, that his daughter wants to wear because she's proud of him.
Well, I mean, that's the
Give me 2.
problem with the military altogether, right?
I got you. Go for
the
it.
current military climate is that way. It's not.
Fucks on my mouse. I can't find my mouse.
Oh, you can hit the. There you go. Go ahead, Cody.
It's the current climate of the military, and it with all this, they come out with the soldier first thing, right? And I've made a joke in the past where one of my soldiers asked me, how do I feel about the soldier first initiative that the Army has? And I just look at him and go, I was not tracking that.
Yep.
That we weren't doing that.
Yep.
Like I was going through the past, 9 years of my career thinking that's what the point was.
It has to be brought to your attention.
Yeah, like and it's the ever classic, right? Like the higher ups, and it doesn't happen in the military either. It happens in corporations, businesses, right? Something happens,
It happens in
and they do
Hollywood.
a surface level fix, right? Someone trips, like you have a list of people tripping over one part of your door over and over again. And that corporation or the military, what do they do? Do they fix that lip at the door that 100 people have tripped over in the past month? No, they put a sign that says, watch the lip.
Mhm.
And then people still fucking trip. And that's what leadership is.
It's your fault because you tripped over the lip.
Yeah, they're covering their own ass by doing it. And I know this because I personally had to put up some of those fucking signs. Like, and that's what the Army and the military and corporations, people of leadership, they do nowadays. Is it's all just pandering and covering the systemic issues that we have with leadership, sexual assault, hazing, suicide awareness, right? The soldiers are being impacted in such a strong way, and it is a different army, it's a different military, it's a different level of soldier. You have to treat them differently, but then also I don't necessarily think they're doing it right because you don't necessarily have to go harder on them. We don't have to go back to like Vietnam era shit to like be super hard on them because they're too soft. But then also I feel like a lot of the military is going towards a too soft mentality rather than just treating them like adults. Like, you are an adult. We're going to do adult level shit and we're going to treat you like an adult. No more stupid treating you like a child.
We don't treat people like fucking adults, though.
No,
we don't. I'm saying that's what they should go to. We should treat them like adults and then show them that they are backed, that their leadership backs them, that they are cared, and that we do appreciate them on an individual level because they are a part of the fighting force. That's what I feel needs to happen.
You said the part that's missing right now is their leadership backs them. And I get it. Like,
yeah,
we're out there putting this out.
They don't have that first level leadership that does back them, right? And their top does, so it never gets to them. Or this level, my level, does back them, and this part doesn't.
I want to point something out, and I'm not trying to make Rico like the poster boy for this, but like, I think anyone could see that, like, just how emotional he got. He had to get off the fucking camera because he got emotional about his daughter putting on his PC. That should make a parent proud. And I'm sorry. And if you need Rico, if you need to get off camera, no, because that struck something with me, dude. That struck something with me. And this was not supposed to go this way. This was supposed to be a funny, like, make fun of like Joe Biden podcast. But like that did some shit.
Well, I mean, if you're a parent,
No. This is a
hits
fucking NCO who his daughter puts on his PC. His daughter puts on a part of his uniform, and that's the first thing that comes to mind. And he gets upset about it. That's a
Fuck, dude.
That's a
Give me a
fucking
second.
issue. That's a fucking issue. That's fine. I'm not going to stop talking just because he's here. And the military can say everything. All the sharp things, and that's great, and all the programs. But then we started talking. We started talking about this just because of a gate being named. But like, we all throw on the same uniform, right? But we all throw on the same uniform that shows a different shape, you know? And that's and maybe that's
to each person wearing it means something different. And to some people it means pride, some people it means resentment. And
some people I think it
it's
means
all for different reasons, and sometimes it's for the same reason.
What's the word I'm looking for? Is some people I think throw on the uniform and they think they're able to do things that they wouldn't be able to do if they weren't wearing that uniform.
Elaborate.
They have power.
Oh, well, I don't think it's the uniform that does that. I think it's the position and what's in the middle of that uniform that gives them that, right?
I don't. I think
you think it's just the uniform?
I think that's the starting point. I'm telling you, man. When I was in basic training, when I was in reception, and they were like, "Hey, you're gonna be in PTs or you're gonna be in civilians," you looked forward to getting that uniform on.
I mean, you did. You feel a sense of power. Like you put it on. It's a power
suit. That on, man.
You put it on. You were taught like this is
on the
power.
Pants, and you put on the boots. You stand a little bit straighter, and it says U.S. Army, and it says your fucking name, and you feel that authority. You know, you're like, I'm a member of the fucking military.
Okay, I see what you mean.
This is not a me condemning anything about the military.
No, if anything, what you're saying is that's a positive to it. Like that uniform
I think so.
should give you that. You should feel
absolutely
something when you're wearing it.
You should put that on, and you see your fucking name. You know, it says U.S. Army or whatever, U.S. Navy or U.S. Air Force, and then it says your name over here, right? Rico just talked about his daughter putting on a PC with his name on the back of it, and he's an NCO. He has a sergeant's rank put on the front of that, right? That should be one of the most prideful things in the world. And he gets scared about that.
And it's not because he gets scared of what soldiers do. It's a level of fear as a father for not the safety of your child in combat, but in garrison.
In garrison.
Which should be the safest place to fucking be.
That's...
And like, not to make light of it, but
this episode was not supposed to go this way, by the way.
not to make light of it, but I'm with Rico on this. I'm maintaining myself. But I'm with you. I mean, fuck, man. I watch a commercial with the daddy-daughter moment, and I have 2 daughters, and I bawl like a bitch.
Sure,
and it was just simple as the dad taking the daughter to ice cream, and I'm like,
that's fine,
right?
And he's like, I just want to take my daughter to ice cream.
But I'm with Rico on this, and a lot of this for me is more of just the general state of the world. Every time I read the news and something about education are going on in the world with laws and things that politicians are doing, I feel that stab in my heart of what future is arriving for my children.
Yeah, that makes sense. And I'm back. Sorry.
Yeah. But then with this whole serious thing of, you know, the putting on the uniform and having pride for it, but then it's different when you when you go to put yourself in someone else's shoes, like you have in that instance, which is what a lot of the higher ups in the military fail to do for forever. They don't put themselves in the lower enlisted shoes, and so they come up with stupid shit all the time, right? The good idea fairies. And if they did that more, it'd be fixed. And then you also have that when it comes to sharp suicide awareness. They're not trying to fix the problem. They're trying to cover the liability of themselves. Like what I was saying with covering, putting a sign that says, watch the lip. They're not trying to fix the lip in the floor that's making you trip and fall. They're just trying to fix their liability for still having that lip there, because that sign was cheaper and it was less effort than rebuilding a doorway. And it's the same way with suicide awareness and sharp and morale. Is it's a whole lot easier just to fucking put a varnish on it than actually fix it.
Before we get to first, did we get to Linda's comment?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry.
I
had a moment. I'm sorry.
No, I mean, as I was just saying to him before you pop back on, like, I bawl when I watch a commercial of just simply a dad taking his daughter to ice cream. Like, if you're a parent, you understand, and if you're a father to daughters, you understand even more.
Dude,
it's you cry over the dumbest.
I apologize
shit.
to the audience, and
don't apologize for anything. Don't apologize for anything. You don't need to apologize.
There's nothing
for
to
anything.
apologize for. You
No.
have a love and an adoration for your child, and you want the best for it. And you had a split moment. She put on the uniform. You had pride of that. That obviously she doesn't really know what she's doing by putting it on.
That's so fucked, though.
And yes, that's what we talked about when you were gone. And everyone knows that your daughter is your favorite family member.
As it should be.
She is.
Count yourself lucky that you only have one to have.
No.
I have to choose between two of my shit bags.
I'm gonna throw Rico under the bus here. Rico is young. He's like,
she's so great. She's like the best person in the world.
Rico is telling me, he's like, if the house is on fire, I'm grabbing my daughter, and that's it.
Yo,
if I can make it back in, I'm going for the others.
She is me, just ladylike. That's my twin.
I mean, hey, just count yourself lucky
terrifying.
that you have one to be your favorite, right? That's an obvious, clear decision. I let my daughter.
Cody doesn't
I let
have
them
any.
choose who's going to be the favorite that day. Who's fucking up? Who's being more of a pain in my ass?
The quiet one's the best.
It's the one who goes to fucking sleep.
Get out of my bed.
At this point, it's the youngest. She's mine. She's me.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus.
Oh yeah, she's me. It's fucking great. And then the blonde adorable one comes in. I'm like, oh, it's you. And then she like knocks something over. I'm like, nope, it's back to you.
Oh God, no, that's right. That's right. I know you're similar looking, but you're the cunt, and you're the one I like.
I'm not gonna theoretically call my daughter.
Cody, this is what I don't get about parenthood, and this is why I'm not a parent.
No, I can actually. I will call my child a dick. I will
just
call
him
her
a cunt
to her face. I'm not calling my child a cunt.
No, it's okay.
Why?
He's in Europe. They could say cunt all day. It's fine.
Yeah.
We say cunt like you say asshole.
Oh, say you're from
everything. Oh, like, oh God, I wish this was better so I could lick this asshole.
I just.
Nobody
we're
can
back
on me, huh?
All right.
So
We got emotional there for a second, but we're back.
I still am. I'm just like.
So I do.
I know.
I do kind of want to slightly stay on this topic, but
No, I actually
so I recently
Rico,
watched.
hold on.
I lost
Cody, hold on.
I lost
Cody,
the
are you okay with us staying on this topic?
We can stay on this topic. Just understand that it affects me.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I understand. No. That's
And if
it should.
just
You didn't call my child a cunt. You were saying that you could call a child a cunt.
give me a second.
What I'm saying-
I lost you stay on the topic. I lost a fucking
Yeah,
earbud.
my wife's about to.
Roger, go find it. Ashley, what I'm saying is that if a child is acting like a cunt, call them a cunt. There's no problem with that, in my view.
Yeah,
In
he
my
wasn't
view.
saying that any child that is associated with this podcast by any of
I
the
have
hosts.
I have met your children both tonight. They seem
They're
fine.
Horrible.
Yeah. They seem like operational humans.
You're such an android of a father figure.
This is why I don't have children.
It's like Mark Zuckerberg created you never to just make children.
Well, I'm sponsored by Facebook.
It's like he'll be compassionate about people, but when it comes to children, does not compute, dude. Just fucking
Yeah, I'm not saying that. Okay. Here's the thing.
Okay,
Like-
Ashley. Okay.
No, Ashley. Okay, Ashley. Okay. First of all, I know one of your children. That's it,
You do.
and she's been fine. I have
Found it.
I have nieces. I'm proud of you. I
Thank
have
you.
nieces. I've met one of them, and I think I've seen the other one. And then I think a third exists.
So paternal.
And I would have no problem calling any of my nieces cunts if they're acting like cunts. Like, hey, what's up, Kermit meme?
That's
Make that a thing.
It's
Make it a thing.
Tell your
I don't-
child they're being bad. Put on the hood. Call them a cunt.
I don't understand. Like, call your kids fucking names. This whole like not spanking and not
Well, I mean,
calling them
actually,
names.
She tagged me something the other day that was like, if your child's being a dick, call
I saw
him a
that.
dick.
Actually, I didn't think it was Ashley though, because I was like, okay.
So what's the problem? What's the problem? You're calling him a cunt instead of a dick. And I understand. We've said the cunt word a lot this podcast. All right.
can't-
And I
okay,
get it.
hold on. That's not how you use that phrase. When you say we're using the blank word, you don't then say the word before that.
I don't remember reading that regulation.
It's like, oh, we're saying the C word. You don't go, we're saying the
This
cunt
wasn't
word.
in my contract that we signed over doing
Yeah,
a
this-
24-hour shift.
Yeah.
That
When
was
we-
there.
when we-
there.
Cody, when we talked about this podcast, I'm pretty sure we said the word cunt. Both of
I
us
was
did.
specifically told I could say cunt whenever I wanted to.
Well, I was notified that I could say whatever I want
All
in
right.
my contract.
I have it in text
All right.
message.
But so my question was, so I recently listened to the Free Range American podcast, which is the Black Rifle Coffee people.
Yeah.
Matt Best, they put on this podcast to take turns hosting it. And one of the guys, he was on with another person who was a prominent, not prominent, but he was a retired Master Chief in the Air Force. And they were talking about military leadership and like downfalls.
Mhm.
So what do you guys think? How do you think we can do better? So on that topic, what do you think is the biggest downfalls in military leadership right now, and what can they do to do better?
All right. I put it in our private.
Oh, he left.
Yep. He'd be all right. So
Okay.
Rico, what do you think?
I think, honestly, there needs to be better accountability. Like, I don't give a shit if
So clarify what you mean, because
yeah,
in the military terms of just doing that brush over, a bigger accountability to them would just mean keeping track of your soldiers
yes,
and keeping them an eye on them at all times. That would be better accountability, right? Always
No.
being accountable, having them sign out when they leave the barracks, sign back in when they leave the barracks. They have to
Nope.
text that would be
not what I'm
they
going
would-
for. I'm talking accountability as an individual. Just like be the person that you are supposed to be. It's where we let soldiers get away with like a lot of fucking bullshit because their shit's up here and the person that's down here is not at the same level, and it's a whole fucking thing.
Yeah. Or something simple gets blown up out of proportion because that's in the purview right now.
Mhm.
Right? If a soldier does something and that is what is on the hot button, they implode it rather than being like, he fucked up. Right? Like I've seen soldiers get kicked out for underage drinking.
Mhm.
Like
Meanwhile, if you go to
put him in a country where the drinking age is younger than what he is,
doesn't make fucking sense.
Right. And then you punish them for not following your guidance. I get it. That's the military's guidance. So you can't drink under the age of 21 wherever you were, unless Germany. That's how it was in Korea when I was there. And then they punish them for that.
Mhm.
And they they don't only just UCMJ them, they go to kick them out of the army. They were chaptering people in Korea because that was a big hot button thing at the time. And then you have soldiers who were actively doing bad shit, pissing hot, showing up to work drunk, like, and they're just bueno, they're just chill, right? Commanders committing sexual assault and just getting moved to a different command. Like, come on, dude.
Dude,
Like,
that's fucking horrible, man.
and we've all seen it. We've all seen it, but we've also all seen firsthand soldiers committing, false sexual assault, which happens, but
we've
obviously that doesn't
seen-
happen as much as real sexual assault. I would still say, even though false sexual assault claims happen, the percentage isn't
Correct.
more than real ones.
Because guess what? People are shitty. However, when the shitty people say fake shit, it detracts away from the people that are fucking like going through something serious.
Yeah, but it will
And
come
that-
out. It always comes out.
But
They
does
always
it come
figure
out the
it out.
right way though?
Well, no, I mean that it's false. Like their false claim, it always comes out, but people treat it with the air that, oh, they're making a false claim, and it could actually be true, but they don't spend the time to actually
But
look
that's,
into it.
dude, that's a problem.
I know, that's what I'm saying. That is the problem. The people with the false claims, they're on a tiny part of the percentage of claims, but because people are lazy and they don't want to give a shit about the people below them, they put it at a higher percentage of care. And so when someone does have a real claim, like Vanessa Key in an example, they blow it
Dude.
over.
That's a hot topic for me, dude, man.
I'm with you, and well, I mean, let's turn it to suicide prevention, and that one is big for me because I've had a lot of battle buddies and childhood friends that have committed suicide while being in the military. Not only
Yeah.
outside of the military, but while being in the military.
I'm sure between us we've like lost like 10 dudes. Either way.
and
I
there
say
should be no
dudes as like
reason-
male, female,
Yeah.
non-binary, like Demi Lovato, he Lovato, callback.
which still I don't like the pun because she obviously made a claim that she's they them, but that's fine. But yeah,
Wow,
we
way
know.
to let all the air out of the balloon.
We were in a balloon
We had a callback, and then you fucked the balloon. You fucked that balloon.
because I don't
Give it
appreciate
to
it.
BJJ.
I didn't appreciate it.
Stop it!
BJJJ.
You beat me to it. God damn it.
Sorry.
BJJJJJJ.
I'll shut the fuck up next time.
But in a society like the military, right, that you
Mhm.
can get all of the medical care that you want,
Mhm.
yet there are still soldiers committing suicide on a weekly basis, and
dude,
they're not
here-
receiving the care, or their unit's giving them a bad view on it. Like as fucked as like being in Germany was with some of the shit that our unit put us through, with at least my direct leadership, they were always very good at promoting the fact that if you need to go talk to someone, that they will provide that.
Mhm.
At least my direct leadership with the first sergeants that I worked with and the commanders that I worked with, every week they were like, if you need to talk to someone, not only am I here, but I will make sure that you have someone more professional than I that understands to go talk to. And like if my first sergeant saw someone being sad, he'd be like, hey, you need to go talk to the wizard, which is, a funny way to say it, but he's like, who do you need to talk to? Yeah.
This guy.
Yeah, hey,
thing.
Firth, down to the bottom, yeah.
So the three of us, the three of us are NCOs, correct? Yes, I
Yes.
understand. I'm technically an NCO.
You are a
Some of us.
non-commissioned officer.
Yes.
Adjacently.
We have soldiers. We have soldiers that fall under us,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
I can honestly say that if my soldier came up to me, and I've had soldiers, not even my soldiers, come up to me and say, "Hey, I need to talk to you about this thing." We should all be adult enough to actually take them seriously
Yes.
and be that person that listens, that listens to them. You don't need
That
to
is-
solve their
Well,
problem.
and if you're
you
not
don't
the
need
person
to
that can recognize that.
That is
But
90%
you
of
just
our
need to
job.
Solve it. Yes, and that's the one thing I learned about when I became. I understand. Yes, everybody wants to shit on Corporal, and yes, that's what I am.
You're an
It was-
NCO.
when I
just
moved-
gave you
when I moved-
shit.
You are.
I know. When I moved from specialist to corporal, I remember talking with my one boss, and I was like, I didn't know you'd have to be a parent to these people, and that's what you need to do. But
Well, no.
You need
No,
to-
rephrase that. You don't have to be a parent because that's
correct.
where the Army gets it wrong. They feel like they're a parent because they treat them as children.
I said that when I was when I newly was pinned.
Yeah.
When I was laterally promoted.
Because
And
in
now that I've
NCO that
actually
perpetuates
learned-
being a parent to their soldiers. Yeah.
I've actually learned how to listen to soldiers. You
Well,
learn how to listen to them. And
What is the
and
point
you
of an
get-
E5? An E5 is to fix problems. That's what we're here for. Fix problems and find answers. That's our job. And you should be that with what you're saying. You're correct. You should be that for your soldiers. They come to you with a problem, and it's your job to
He's
help.
got a thought going.
We want to talk about leadership, right? And
Yes.
you're that leadership. You're the leadership that those people should be coming to.
Well, you should be the
if-
leadership
if-
that you want.
You're the leadership that person who had something terrible happen to them, and they should be able to approach you and say, hey, I need to talk about this. I need to talk. I've had soldiers that come up to me and say, hey, I need to talk about this, not as private to corporal, but as first name to first name. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hell
I
yeah.
want to be that person that you feel that you can come talk to.
That is our position. That's where we should be as medics. It's like
It's not even a medics thing, it's a person thing. Like
Well, a lot of the time,
and that's
medics
what
fall
the
into
it's,
that
military-
it's
role.
like
I've had a
last
lot of
case scenario.
yeah,
It's
like medics
I
do
want that
fall into
person-
that role because I've had a lot of soldiers that aren't mine,
had-
scouts,
I've
infantrymen.
had
They're
so many
like, "Hey, doc, I got to talk to you about
Yep.
something," and it's like,
1000%.
I am not medically qualified for this, but I can. Okay, cool.
but I'm 1,000% on board with
Yeah.
being the person, your sounding board.
Yeah, but just as soldiers, like I don't know how many times I've had other soldiers who, like you said, that aren't yours, and they came to talk to you, and you're like, "Well, did you bring this up to your NCO?" And the ever classic response is, they just wouldn't understand, or they would just
I
blow me
can't.
off. And then you're
I
like,
can't.
"Who the fuck is this shitbag?"
But the thing is, like,
That would just-
I'm going
Like,
to be
I have that
100%
daily.
honest here. When I first became a corporal, and they gave me soldiers, and I probably was that kid, because I didn't know how to be an NCO. I know how to manage people because I've done that in the civilian world, but I didn't know how to be an Army NCO. That was the biggest learning thing. I'm 36 years old, and I learned how to manage people still.
Well, so that's a big thing with anyone when they become an NCO. And there's something I had to learn too, is when you're a specialist, like you care about the unit, you care about the people you're around, but your main worry is yourself, right? And then when you become an NCO, you have to then flip that to your main concern is no longer yourself. Your main concern is the people who are underneath you, because you need them to get the job done and to do it correctly. And if they have anything that is wrong mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, then that falls on you to help them. It doesn't fall on you. It's not your fault if it fails.
Well, and that's the other thing that maybe
Yeah,
the
if
Army
you-
needs to realize. It's not somebody's fault. There's
Well,
no
it would
fault
be
that needs
if
to be
that
blamed.
leadership. So if that person decides not to come to you with a problem, that's on them. But if they decide not to come to you with a problem and they voice the fact that it's because they don't feel like their leadership will care,
Mhm.
then that should instigate an investigation. Because either one of two things happen there. Either one, the leadership is shit
Bro,
and they perpetuate that you can't talk to them, or the soldier is getting that perpetuated on them and just feels that way, even though the leadership is putting themselves out there. Because I've had that too. I've had a soldier tell me that another soldier had an issue, but he didn't want to bring it to me because he thought I wouldn't care, because he just had this weird perpetuation of me and the Army leadership.
Right.
And then I talked to him and he's like, well, I guess I just didn't know you well enough. And like everyone says that, this is where the Army is. I'm like, no, dude, like that. Like I had to reconstitute what my Army was.
Correct.
to
Correct.
end.
That's actually a really good way of putting it. That's a really good way of putting it. It's my army.
Well, yeah,
It's-
you make it what
it's-
you want it to be.
you-
So if
you
you
know
feel
me-
that there's an issue, you be the active change.
You know me as Sergeant Rhodes, right? Like you know me as the
Well, no,
guy
I'm-
giving you
I'm
orders,
Rhodes.
expecting. Oh,
Yeah, I'm Rhodes.
Hey, I thought
We have
that
name
was Sergeant
tags.
Rhodes.
We have name
Hey,
tags,
no!
right.
Oh, he's
right there.
he's Rico. Anyway,
Yay, name tags.
you know me as this as the NCO. Like,
Yeah.
yes, you have to do this and you have to do that, and we have to respect each other. But the moment this is how I've tried to conduct myself, especially recently when I've understood my NCO role, is yes, there are certain things that you have to do respectfully, and I'm going to tell you to do this, and you might not like it, and oh well. But if you come to me and you go, hey, I need a personal problem, boom, barriers come down. I want you to confide in me, because guess what's going to happen is when we're both on the same page, there's two of us now on a team. There's not one of us on a team.
Yeah.
And I know that this podcast didn't want to go emotional or anything.
Dude, I'm so sorry about
No,
that.
no,
No,
don't
stop it.
apologize.
I love it though. Like
Yeah,
this
I mean-
actually, I think this did something. Rico, you have no idea when you said, and I'm sorry to bring it up again. I really, really am. When you said that you wanted to take your PC off your daughter, that is not okay. That is
I do
not
every
okay.
time.
Your daughter should put your PC on, and you should be so fucking proud of her wearing that hat.
It's
You
a
should be
roller
so
coaster because
fucking proud.
I'm happy, and then let's like immediately just like pull off like
It has an NCO rank and your fucking name on it and her fucking name on it. That should be such a proud moment.
Every part of it should bring pride.
You should never second. You shouldn't have a second thought about your daughter putting on a piece of your uniform, because putting on this uniform that we wear every day should be prideful for
Well, I mean,
everybody.
it
Whether
is
you-
at first.
No, but I get it, and that's what I mean. When we wear it, but when your children aspire to want to wear the uniform,
Well,
isn't that what we do?
it's
That's
also
what we
the-
do.
So
You're
what's
right.
the reaction when a
But I
soldier
don't want my daughter
re-enlists?
getting like just her life ruined by some fucking asshole. It's Sorry.
Who doesn't deserve? No. You're absolutely right. Who doesn't deserve to even have that type of shit touch him? And that's the thing. And it's still too prevalent. It is still way too prevalent that Rico has to worry about that. That
Well,
girl,
it's prevalent
that girl,
toxic
how-
leadership.
it
in
emotionally
everything.
fucking
Hold on.
disturbs me,
hold
dude.
on, Rico, how old's your daughter?
She's 4 now. Fuck.
Okay, she's 4. Okay, exactly. She's 4 years old. And when she's 17, 18 years old, if she wanted to join the army, you should say absolutely. Absolutely. It's going to do amazing
You
things
should
for your
join the
life.
Air Force.
That's what I want to
Because-
say.
because it did amazing things for my life. That's what you should say. But in the back of your mind, right now in 2021, you're going, she's a female.
Well, I mean, it's also so every time a soldier reenlists, what is everyone's response, right? You
Oh,
fucked
sure.
up. Like, oh, you
Oh,
fucked
sure.
up. And they do that, and
That's-
it's because
I do
Oh.
that with Schick all the time.
well, yeah,
Schick just re-enlisted, and
I've
he's like, "Did I
re-enlisted
fuck up?" And I was like,
3
"Yeah,
times.
man, of course
I
you
love
re-enlisted."
Chick.
yeah,
Yes,
I've
I do
reenlisted
too.
3 times, and every time I've done it, my
Yes.
surrounding battle buddies who are intending to get
Of
out,
course.
like, oh, you fucked up, and it shouldn't be that response.
No, it-
Right? And
a
it's
joke.
that way because, well, no, it is a joke, but it's not. Because then you have those younger soldiers and you try to convince them. And what is the number one reason as to why they don't want to re-enlist? It's not because they don't like the work. It's not because the work is bad.
It's because of the
It's because the unit's bullshit. The
No,
unit that
it's-
they experienced is bad. Because you take that same soldier and you put him in a positive unit, still doing the same shit, but has positive backing and reinforcement.
If I can take
Go
1
re-enlist.
second. All right.
Yeah, Rico.
This is such an amazing job, but it sucks when people are like just there experience is ruined by someone doing something fucking stupid. Sorry.
Well, no, I mean, how many good soldiers
Again,
have we lost that have decided
Stop
to get
being
out?
sorry.
Yeah, no. How many good soldiers have we
Stop
lost that
saying
decided
you're
to
sorry.
get out? Right? They decided to get out of the army because they were misled or mistreated by their leadership or someone else.
Amazing, amazing soldiers and amazing NCOs.
Or you have shitty
Amazing
leadership, right?
Amazing
And you have this-
officers.
yeah, you have soldiers that like they hate their fucking life.
It
And
starts
because
with
you have
fucking
shitty
beards
leadership, and then that
goes way
shitty
up.
leadership leads, right? That
If
shitty
we just
leadership
had neck tattoos.
beard. So if that shitty leadership leads, we've all seen it. The morale just flips, right? You have shitty leadership when it's just an NCO of a team, or a platoon sergeant, or a company commander, or a sergeant major, and everyone's just like, fuck, I hate it here. And then it changes, and within 2 weeks, everyone's like, this is dope. Or everyone's like, I love it here. This is great. Like, we're doing good work. Like, it's kind of shitty, okay, but that's fine. Like, we're doing good. And then one person comes in and doesn't let you roll your sleeves, and morale goes down. And then just perpetuates more bullshit on top of it, and it just trickles down. It's the shittiest trickle down economics of morale ever. It's just bullshit.
So, and yes, you're right, but it's also our job to try to be that shield.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
it should always
Is
be.
it starts at the top. It starts at that first sergeant and tries to shield that platoon or that company from all the bullshit. But even if it has to come down to us, which is that first line NCO, you try to take all the shit so your soldiers don't.
You should have a backbone. It's literally like in a creed or a motto, I think.
It's almost like
Almost like it's in like
almost-
a saying of words. Like
I don't-
I don't know how
I don't
many
exa-
times something
I can't
comes
tell
down.
you what creed. I can't tell you the creed entirely, but
No, fuck no.
No one is more professional than me.
No. Fuck no, I can tell you the whole thing.
And this isn't listen, anybody,
Switching.
because right now, because this is probably going to end up on some fucking colonel's desktop, is no
Right
one's
up there.
shitting on the military. No one's shitting on the military.
I mean, I
No.
slightly am.
In fact,
But it's in a productive way. I'm not
The
just
three of
shitting
us-
on it and saying that it sucks.
okay,
We're
okay.
we're pointing
let
out
me ask you this.
the negative.
Let me ask you this. The three of you, do you
3?
are you happy? Are you happy that you joined the military, Cody?
I
Oh.
am,
Yes.
but God, if my
Do I
fucking-
wish that I finished my degree before I joined? Yes.
if my daughter
Right,
joined,
that's. I'm just asking you guys. I'm just asking you
So-
guys.
for
So
me
even with that
personally, yes.
statement-
Yes,
Yeah.
Cody. Yes.
So-
yes or no?
Yes. Yeah, even
Yes,
with me
so am I.
making that statement of I wish I finished my degree, that's me saying
There's
that
so
I
much-
still
there's
would have
s-
joined.
There's
still
so
would've
many
joined.
other. There's so many ancillary things that fall out. I'm the same way. I'm so happy I joined the army. I was Rico and I especially. We were old as fuck when we joined the
Hell
army.
yeah!
Fuck
How old
yeah.
I am?
Yeah, I was
Right
19.
fucking 80 million years. That's how old I am.
Right?
All
Like,
I know is the
I'm so
military.
tired of being called a fucking boomer. Like I will crush all of you under my heel. But I'm glad I did it. But you know what? You get inside and you it's just like anything. It's just like any company. It's just like any organization. You see the problems once you get into it.
Elena hit me hard right now. Fuck!
And
This is the worst
Well, I mean, like-
episode ever. This is the
God
worst
damn it.
episode.
Even
Hashtag
through all of the dumb
stop making Rico cry.
Dude,
shit.
Stop it. It's okay. Stop apologizing.
ah!
You are
Elena,
a grown
thank
man,
you.
and
Elena,
grown
thank you.
Men can show emotion. It is 2021. We're not going to perpetualize this stupid
Right?
shit.
I can ask for consent, but I can't cry.
I mean, that's a whole nother thing that I want to touch on
That's-
later on in a future episode with just the
Thank
about
you.
dads,
Thank
the fact
you.
that what society puts on men and dads, right? That you can't show emotion and be weak because you
We
have
could
to
do
be
that.
strong and no one has expectations.
No.
We'll do that next time.
No
I
one will
love
watch
this-
that, but we can
No,
do
no
it.
one will watch that episode.
That's why I keep telling Rico to stop apologizing. Is he has nothing
Dude.
to apologize for.
Oh,
He's
I
getting
feel fucking
emotional.
bad, though.
He's
All right,
getting
my head's
emotional, and we're talking about his fucking daughter. He should be emotional about that. He
Yeah, but-
should be.
So to slightly come to a round, right? My
Thank
question
you.
to both of you:
I appreciate it.
what would firstly, what would be if you were? I'm gonna give you a board question. If you were Sergeant Major of the Army,
Oh boy.
right? What would be your first thing to actually make a change? Right? Everyone gets asked that. We've all been asked that question, and the general response when you write that essay is
It's too easy.
uniforms or
Too easy. No, it's too easy.
shit like
Hearing
that,
people.
right? So to actually
Hearing
make a
people.
change.
Hearing, not just listening, because
No,
listening
no.
is just.
I'm talking about regulation because you can be like, hey, leaders, listen and do a fucking PowerPoint.
No.
No one's going to do it. So, like an actual change, what would be your first to actually make a difference?
People need to actually. That's what I'm saying. Is you can sit there and go, oh, I'm saying complaint or I'm saying this, and I think this happens too much, whether it's in the military or in Hollywood or in corporations, and they go, hey, thank you for bringing that to my attention, but shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we hear
that's-
you.
There's
That's what
so
happens.
much fucking fake caring.
So you mean like you would ask the fighting force, you would ask them, what are your complaints, what are your concerns, and then you would actually address.
I need people to give a fuck about other people.
Not
And
be
that's
not be the SMA and go, hey, what do you guys want? And someone comments underneath says beards. And
I
he
don't
goes,
need to go,
"Abso-fucking-lutely
Be
not."
my Smee.
I'm not saying this. I'm not saying this on anybody. But if let's say
I
a
am.
captain or let's say a major gets accused of something, but it's because of their rank that it gets swept under a rug, I'm
Everything.
fucking tired of that. I'm fucking tired of rank having a say in
Yeah, or they
someone
forcefully
treating.
retire them.
I'm so tired of somebody because their rank is whatever it is having a say in it.
Oh,
You
rank
do not get to
privileges.
treat
Oof.
you do not get to treat another person like shit because of what is on your chest.
Because you
you
happen
do
to be
not
born
get to do
before
that.
them.
You do not get to do that. I was born before you, Cody, and you outrank me.
You're correct. But
Okay,
like,
so it's not
but
even
that's
a
like-
matter of it's not even a matter of when you were born.
well, no,
it
it
is a
kind of is
matter of
because
what
so
is on your
the
chest.
person that has that rank and is asserting that power, right? That disproportionate power.
Mhm.
There's nothing to say that they're better than that soldier, right? That they were a better soldier. They just happen to be born and joined the army first.
Stop thinking.
So that person
you're better than
could
somebody
be at that
else.
same level in
Yes.
another 10 years, but
Yes.
they think that they're better just because they happen to be in this force
I'm
longer.
going to tell you something that's going to sound arrogant.
If
I am
Rico
a
were to join
corporal.
out of 18, he could be fucking Sergeant Major of MedCom right now.
I've heard
I am a
that.
corporal.
I've
I am a
heard that.
corporal right now. I am an E4 and I am a corporal. I am just as smart and I'm just as intelligent as a captain or a major. You are not any better than I am.
As most people are.
None of you are. Okay? You've been in the army longer than I have, but I have so much more life experience than any of you have.
You are 100% correct, Elena. Maybe Firth. I don't know. I'm reading Elena's stuff.
Yeah, Rico's reading. He's not listening.
Well, people,
But
they
that's what I'm tired
confuse
of.
education for intellect, right?
I
Knowledge is not intelligence. Like, that's
I-
not how that works.
understand the rank structure. I respect the rank structure. I will always respect the rank structure.
That's
The
how it
rank
is.
structure should be respected. But when you start to degrade someone as a human because of what is sitting on your chest,
Well, when you start
I have an issue with
using
that.
position for privilege
Correct.
and
Correct.
right,
That's actually correct.
yeah,
Yes,
when you start
Cody.
confusing, like, I'm in this
Cody.
leadership role because I proved myself to be a good leader, not
Cody,
that
are you
I
you're a
deserve
sergeant promotable, right?
adjacently, yeah.
Yeah. You're a sergeant promotable. Let's just put it that way. I will
Theoretically, if
If-
I were or were not in the army, yeah.
work-wise, I would respect what you have to say.
Yeah, because I'm
Because
I'm
you're my boss.
Yeah.
But guess what? Like, you're also 10 years younger than me. And I know a lot more than you do about the world around us.
And he likes TikTok, so fuck him.
Yeah, exactly. And he gives
Well, but-
BJJs.
I can
But
use a really
I
strong
give
BJ
I
right
give
now.
BJJs out at a blue belt level, so
Oh, stop
Oh
it.
my God.
Stop it. You're just making
Stop.
it sound sexier.
I know I give them out at a blue belt level, so you know
Neither
you're
of
gonna
us
be
can get up right
moderately
now.
Satisfied.
I was going to do a
literally-
VR stream of me doing Beat Saber, but now I
I
have
can't-
a huge erection.
I can't stand up, or else I'm gonna knock my camera off.
Yeah, you'll be moderately satisfied.
That was such a good sound. Rico, that was such a good sound.
Oh, but
Someone hire this man for Lucasfilm. All right, he does sound effects.
But I do
right.
agree with you. So Rico, to that same question, what would be your first thing let's just say you're trying to do the biggest impact right off the bat? Boom.
Whew, man. Ready?
Yeah,
So take
send it.
sexual assault seriously, but also take fake, like bullshit calls seriously as
Yep.
well.
Yep, and that's tough.
It requires a lot of research.
Correct.
As they should.
It requires money. That's the thing. It's money.
And the one thing we know the military does not care about is throwing money at something, but it's got to be a useless something.
It's got to
I
be
can't
bombs.
actually have a point. Yeah, I can't actually have a point.
No.
Yeah.
But yes, Rico.
You all know we put
that's
like
so
almost $1 trillion in to see if cats could like fall from a plane, right?
But
No?
that's the thing. Is
And if we
take
could turn
sexual
bats into fire bombs, like we did that back in World War II, that was a thing we did.
that sounds
Yeah.
hot.
We used bats. We used like fucking war wheels. We used a lot of shit in World War II and World War One.
Yeah, and the bats just ended up lighting everything on fire. It was fun.
Firth, what's up?
I actually really respect that opinion. It's take sexual assault seriously, but don't like. And it's so hard
It's
to say.
so
but it's like-
hard. It's so
like, prove
fucking
it.
hard.
It's prove it.
But yeah,
You know,
and
and you don't want to say that because it sounds like you're victim blaming. You know,
It does.
And no one is.
well, that's
no
what
one
they
is.
do now. They say prove it, and a lot of people like it goes unreported because they may not have proof. Right? It was something that happened, and they didn't immediately report it, or they didn't realize what was happening until later reflected, and then they're like, "Whoa, this fucking happened," and now you no longer have proof. But then also
there's a
that's
thing
on the
about-
counter side as well. If someone does say it happens, because I have seen cases where, my personal opinion, I don't feel anything happened, but that soldier did get fucking ass reamed, and he did get in trouble for it.
That's right. That sounds horrible.
Sorry, that was a bad analogy in this sentence structure.
That
He
really
got-
sounds bad.
He got punished
Sorry.
severely.
He got a blue belt.
I'll
He got
interject
a
my
blue
own
belt.
shit. There's been a lot of situations where like people have like grabbed my dick, and it's like I don't care, but Rhodes too.
I have
Rhodes-
also grabbed his penis.
As you do.
but
Point everywhere.
Yeah. Everyone.
Literally. Yep.
Well, I mean,
All those fingers pointed to a penis grabber.
that's just an understanding of the
just
climate you're
because
around.
I didn't give a shit about it doesn't mean that someone's career or life will not get affected by it. That's all I'm saying.
Well, yeah, and it should all be looked into and equally, right? It should all be looked into equally. Yes.
So I feel like I need to say something because
Say something.
I think I make a lot of the most offensive jokes on this podcast,
No.
right?
You make
no.
jokes, but you don't do something fucking stupid.
But that's what I mean. Is I that's what I want to lay out here. It's like we're a podcast that likes to make fun of things. We like to make fun of society. We like to make fun of politics. We like to make fun of a lot of things because a lot of
Because
things
it's
are
all
stupid.
fucking stupid.
Because a lot of things are dumb.
Rhodes is
But
about to
do
suck
not-
on his pen. It's
but
not
do
your
not-
highlighter vape, bro.
Bro, he's a blue belt, okay?
Oh,
In
God.
BJJs.
Oh god, I love blue belt BJJs, bro.
All right?
They cradle the
I
balls.
I'm actually a brown belt in HJJs as well.
Oh, okay. Well,
I've been
that's
doing
sorry.
those longer
Tune into
because
our
I wanted to
OnlyFans
be
in like
pure.
3 seconds. I'm about
You're
to
about to
drive
get-
to Fort Hood.
You're also
Or
about to get
again.
deported.
Yeah. I've been doing HJJs longer because I wanted to stay pure. Yeah.
Oh my god, you're a fucking Mormon. We make
Where's my house?
all kinds of jokes. We make all kinds of jokes on this podcast. That's kind of the fun part. Yes, I
Elena,
agree.
you're absolutely correct.
That's what I've learned.
Fucking
He's learned that he
love
has
it.
to.
That's what I've learned.
Like I raise my hand too now.
We make dumb jokes here. Hence the Demi Lovato thing. You know, like
It's
seeing
okay.
Rico's reaction tonight was honest to goodness an eye opener on a lot of things. And I'm not trying to make you upset, dude. I'm not.
No, I'm not upset. It affects me, and
Every time you mention it, he keeps getting over it, and then you
I don't-
mention it again.
I'm not
Dude.
trying to do that. Like I want to be the podcast. I want to be this thing on YouTube, and I want to be a thing on Facebook. And we push the envelope, right? We say inappropriate things. That's what I want us to be. We
There's
should
a
be.
point
We
of
should-
irreverence, right? You take
we
things
should point
seriously,
out-
but you use humor.
We should point
to
out the
do
dumb
that.
shit that is happening in the world. Because guess what? There's so much dumb shit
So much
happening in the
dumb.
world. But guess what? Guess what? There's so much real shit happening in the world. And that's what we came into this podcast thinking that this was just going to be like, oh, show us the headlines and we're going to make fun of it. Ha 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 ha. And then real shit happened. Real shit happened. Rico had an actual emotional response. And that's what we're talking about right now. We're almost 2 hours into going live.
sorry about that.
No,
Stop
stop
apologizing.
fucking- shut the fuck
Stop
up.
apologizing. You Demi
Share it.
Lovato loving motherfucker.
If it was worth it for you, just fucking share it.
We should be
No,
able
no,
to
no.
have these
Hold on.
conversations, and
Hold
it
on.
should be
on.
important. But
Hold on. Yes, share it because here's Rico's going to go away. Rico's going to go away.
I'm
'Cause
not.
gonna
I'm
say
not.
something. He is.
gonna
He is.
cover my
He's going to
face.
go away. He's going to go away because he's not going to like what I have to say. Here's a fucking father who is having an emotional response to his daughter, and he should be. Okay? And you're actually seeing an emotional response from a human being. And this is what needs to get fixed. All three of us are so proud of what we do. We're so proud. And what Rico has said is unacceptable. It's unacceptable. And if the three of us, I think, spend the rest of our lives fixing that shit so that no one has to feel like Rico does right now, I think we've lived fucking good lives.
well,
So
personally,
you want to talk?
that's what
You
I
want to
think
talk
your
about
goal
like
as-
leaving the army and shit like that? Like honestly, this has stoked a fire under my ass to fix this shit.
And it should be, as a leader, or even more importantly, as a father, your goal should always be to make it better for the people after you.
I'm not a father.
No, I'm saying
I-
that as a leader,
I-
or for us
I
as a
understand.
father, my goal
understand.
and Rico's
You're
goal is to
someone-
always make it better for our children. If I'm not
Here's
doing
someone-
something to make the future better, then I don't deserve to be doing what I'm doing.
Here's someone I love having an emotional reaction. Right? Here's someone who I love. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to concentrate on make it so he doesn't have to feel that way. That's what I'm telling you. I'm telling the two of you, and I'm telling the fucking internet. I don't care if 0 people are watching us, or I don't care if 1 million people are watching us. Watching this man's reaction tonight has changed me, and I'm not bullshitting you.
So
It
does
has
that mean that
changed
you're
me.
does that mean that you're going to reenlist?
Fuck no. No. And I'm not going to stop saying ignorant shit, and I'm not going to stop saying ignorant shit on the internet. But you know what I
That's
am
my
gonna stop-
greatest pull from this. He's like, I want to make a difference. I'm determined to make a difference. Hey, you're gonna reenlist to like continue a career and make that difference? No, but I'm gonna yell
No.
at people about it.
No, yeah. But you know what? Here's the thing. And you know what I am going to do? I'm going to make it.
Right,
and,
my congressman.
and Rico's going to get upset about this. And I'm sorry about this anyway. Is I'm going to make it so any soldier, I don't care what rank you are. I don't care if you're a private. I don't care if you're an NCO. I don't care if you're a commissioned officer. If your kid, if your daughter especially, puts your fucking uniform on, you get fucking proud of that person. because that kid looks up to you, and they should. And you should not worry about that person's future, because if they join the military, they should be able to put that uniform on and serve their country and do it fucking great.
Well, you should be fearful for your child, but because of what the job a soldier does.
Exactly.
But
not
not
because
for
of
the
other
hazards
soldiers.
of their fellow soldiers or themselves.
That kid, Rico's daughter, wants to put on that PC in 16 years, in 17 years. That kid's going to be my boss.
Gonna be your boss. You're gonna get out.
It's going to be your boss.
I'll be old as fuck.
That's what but you know what I'm saying?
You're like a future Lieutenant Colonel Rhodes. But no, I agree that
That kid
it has
This is
a weight
rough
to it.
topic
There's-
for me.
This is the
so
last.
fucking sorry.
This is the last time you see a dad upset about putting on a uniform.
Not the last time.
No one should be upset about putting our uniform on. Ever. You should be so fucking proud to put on any part of our uniform. Any part. I don't care if it's our pants, our boots, our jacket, our hat. I don't care if it's our fucking pro mask. Don't put on our pro mask.
Yeah, that sucks. But no, I
sucks.
agree with you. And
We do kids should want to be like us. And especially your kids. Okay? And you should never have to worry about the alternatives. That's
It's
over
unfortunately
with.
normal.
No. That's over with. All right? And I'm not saying this is not some sharp program. This is 2021. It is fucking May. And I'm not bullshitting you. I'm going to look into starting a company about this.
I'm sure they already exist. But the
I don't
fact
give a
that we
shit.
don't
They're
know
not,
they
they're not
exist,
doing. They're not doing enough.
Yeah, the
because
fact that we don't
what
know.
Rico said tonight is unacceptable. It is unacceptable. Unacceptable. Every kid should want to be like their father. Every kid should want to be like their mother. Every kid should want to be like their military parent. And no one should have to worry about that. That's unacceptable. And so I'm not kidding you. Like, we're going to fix this. We want to be a podcast, and we want to be big, and we want to do all this shit. That's great.
Well, a big
I
thing
think-
for both of us, and we've all talked about it, all three of us, right? Is we want to be big as a podcast. We want to be
I'm gonna have some wine.
popular, right?
Yep. Do it.
We want to be famous for the podcast. But and we've talked about this in the past with the Irreverent Warriors when we started doing that interview and stuff like that. We want to get big so we can use this platform to help, because that is a thing that's big with all three of us, making a change, doing things that are better for those that are after us and for those that are next to us right now.
So
And
it's a different fight, right?
Yeah, because we can talk into the camera as long as possible for the last 2 hours, but nothing's
do.
going to change off of this video. But hopefully this could catch
Sorry.
people's
No.
attention to give us some traction so that we could make a change.
Brothers, like, I wanted tonight, I was outside smoking, and I was like, I want tonight to be a good show. And we had notes, and we had like, oh, we're going to make fun of Joe Biden's pipeline and Tim Tebow and shit like that. Like, we had this conversation before we got on. I knew tonight was going to be special. And tonight was special. And I understand, like, Rico, I'm sorry. Like, you just happen to be, you know, you just happen to be the one who suffered. You
It's good,
literally
dude.
suffered. You know,
This should be impactful and it should hold weight.
but
And
at the same
I
time,
hope this holds a conversation. It holds a weighted conversation.
if you follow Black Rifle Coffee on like Instagram or Facebook or anything, they do so much for veterans, especially disabled veterans, like missing, blown up. You see all the stuff on Instagram. They go like bow hunting and shit like that.
No, they're great with that.
That's exactly what this has got me thinking about. This isn't going to be acceptable anymore. And it's not going to be a matter of, oh, I have to go to another shark brief. This is not going to be acceptable. That fathers don't want their daughters to enlist in the military because of sexual assault. That is unacceptable. 100%. 100%. I'm done with that. I want Rico's daughter to put his fucking PC on and him to be proud of her. And brother, I'm not trying to get you upset. I love you. I love you.
It's so important.
Exactly. I understand that this came from a gate being named or a base being named, and I get that. But we got to something personal tonight. And it is a father looked at his daughter putting on a piece of his U.S. military uniform and was upset about it. And that's not okay. And we're going to fix that. We are going to fix that. I'm going to fix that. And guess what? I'm dragging you two there with me.
I'm already here, man.
So we're going to be looking at, hey, guess what? We're looking at LLCs and fun shit like that tomorrow. Okay. Because that is not okay.
You should, as a person, you should see what the circle you're around. Everyone's in a different circle, and you should see that the day and age where people just live and they just move through life and not wanting to make any differences and just trying to be quiet, especially leaders of something. And for myself, leaders in the military that just want to coast and they don't want to make a difference. They don't want to make an impact in their soldiers. They don't want to do anything that's positive. That's what's wrong. You should want to make it better. And this is a declaration from FIRST saying that we are going to be active in trying to make it better. And
we are.
That has always been a goal of mine. I always try to make it better. And
like I didn't think
it's
about
why
that
I've
until
always
tonight.
kicked around an idea of having a political career because you want to make things better. And I never want to be the person just to bitch and complain without making it.
We joke about it all the time. We joke about running for politics and everything like that.
That's how this podcast was born.
When you see a fucking face.
Yeah, that's how this podcast was born.
I'm done.
Yeah, it should be different, and everyone else should want to make
the way this podcast was born was very rude, and it was very funny,
as it should be. So, hey, Cody, what would you do if your sermon manager? Oh, thanks, guys. Thanks for asking me what I would fucking do.
I'd probably get BJJs.
Yeah, but at that point, when I make that rank, those would be black belt level BJJs.
Oh shit!
Your soul's gonna leave your body.
Yeah.
I'm back for black belt level BJJs.
Oh, yeah, that's all he needed. That's all he needed.
So I wanted to say this before we end.
Yeah,
because I do have to go be a dad and stuff. But for myself, one thing that I would love to have, and people have fucked around with it for forever, is I would make a key part of NCO and officer evaluations an interview with their subordinates.
they're soldiers. Yep, 100%.
Because
can't do it.
So you guys haven't received as many as me, as many NCOERs. And I've received some really good ones from leaders
You got like
where they reflected real.
I've been an NCO forever.
Well, I've been for a while, but my point is that I have received some NCOERs that are complete and utter.
Thank you, Elena. Appreciate
They're complete and utter bullshit. I read my last NCOER.
Elena,
and I was
you're
like,
100% awesome because you just gave birth to a child today. Okay, stop telling us we're anything special. We're not. We're a bunch of assholes on the internet. Anyway, Cody, please continue.
Oh, can I? Oh,
Further's right.
thank you. Let me continue. My point is that just getting reviewed by your leadership. My last NCR was complete bullshit. This last year, I haven't really done too much. I worked my ass off, but not anything as impressive that I've done the previous 3 years. But you read it, and it's fluffed, and that's what most OERs and NCOERs are. But if you had a portion on there where you had to to listen to the comments of their platoon and then weigh it, right? If there's just one or two guys that are like, he's a fucking prick, like, but the rest of it is good praise, then that just might just be a shitty fucking soldier and he doesn't like getting his fucking yams smashed. But if you have a guy where everyone praises this dude and gives him positive.
So you're saying you're smashing that soldier's yams?
My yams!
That's so fucked
Smash
up.
the yams.
Yo, if we can get hashtag smash the yams trending right now,
We quit.
I would be literally hard.
Are you not already?
No, I am. I'm
always
not
hard. That's
because
my
I'm always hard.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway,
That's my suggestion. I can't fucking
All
get
right.
through a full thought without you fuckers interjecting.
That's our bit.
yeah, that's the podcast.
That's our bit. The entire
Welcome to
podcast,
Uno.
ladies and gentlemen, is just me trying to get through a thought I have.
Fuck
and
your
then
thought.
Rico and Firth just interjecting.
Consensual
Derail.
big asses and
Hey,
don't rape people.
yeah, exactly. Fuck gravel roads. Apparently, I think that's what I said earlier.
Ask for consent to fuck roads
No.
Of course,
Gravel roads
always ask for fucking consent.
no.
before you fuck a road.
No, gravel
road.
roads don't need
Oh,
consent.
gravel's fine. Gravel doesn't care.
Yeah, but if
They
you're trying to
always-
fuck a roads, ask for consent
That's
from
fair.
myself.
That's fair. Hold on.
Fuck.
Before we sign off.
You want to reiterate something you've already done 9 times?
Yes, we talked about some serious shit.
We did. And again, even though Firth says don't apologize, I'm sorry to the
Then
normal
fuck him.
listeners.
No, you don't get
What
to
the
know.
fuck? Yeah, exactly. Tell him to shut the fuck
Dude,
up.
this was
Stop
a
apologizing.
hard. We got to a really hard space for me.
So Rico, I'm going to tell you to shut the fuck up right now.
Okay, Roger Sar.
Corporal.
Here's me going. All right,
the
I'm
fuck?
afraid rest.
All right. We talked about like some actual shit tonight, and that was not the plan.
No, it wasn't.
However, I am not bullshitting any of you. Any of you, the two of you, and any of the 4 of you actually listening right now. We are going to do something about this.
Please share.
Okay?
Please share.
Absolutely. And if you need to cut this down so that we don't talk about Demi Lovato's thing, that's fine. And if you just want to cut this
Thank
off,
you.
this needs to be shared everywhere. Everywhere. Starting at the gate shit. I thought that's what it was. I thought it was the gate shit.
It should
I
be
mean,
the
that was the
whole
start.
fucking post.
We need to start talking about this. Okay? And if we're going to make a difference, because guess what? Guess what we just decided tonight? We're going to make a fucking difference. Okay? We're not going to have any more people afraid to put on the uniform. That's what we're not going to do. The 3 of us are going to change that shit. Okay? And so we're going to sign off tonight. But like we're just
fine.
signing off for like the podcast is over for the night. But stay tuned.
As we've always said on the show, and something from the very beginning is make a difference, have compassion,
Yep.
and consider other people. Don't be a dick,
Yep.
right? That has been the sole point of the show. Don't be a dick. Make a difference.
Stop being dicks.
Just
A
stop
lot of
being
you
dicks,
are dicks. Stop it.
right? And that should be the point. That should be the return from all of this. And yes, as always, like, share, and subscribe because that is how we make a difference. Staying
Yeah.
quiet. Social media fucking sucks, but social media is great because we can
Share this
finally
shit.
make a difference
Share
through it.
this shit. I don't care if you have to edit it or if you have to cut out the beginning bullshit, but we got to some bullshit tonight. And share that. Spread it around, especially if you're in the military or if you're military spouses and stuff like that. Because everybody's done with this shit. Everybody.
Before we end, as the general disclaimer, the views of the individuals in this podcast does not reflect and or represent the views of the United States military and or army, and is just the personal views of 3 morons. But these 3 morons care and want
It
a difference to
should!
be made. And the opinion of such is held by these three people alone. But hopefully, I would love to be.
Spread this shit.
As
I'm not
everyone
kidding.
As everyone
not
who
kidding.
watches the show knows, I
Spread
plan
this
on
shit like
retiring.
COVID.
I plan on retiring in the army. My goal is to retire in the army, and I would love to be.
I'm
Spread
not.
like
I don't
fuck
give a shit.
COVID. Spread like
Can I
herpes.
finish
Let's
a
go.
fucking thought?
I got 2 more years in this shit, and I'm gonna fix it when I get out. I swear to God. Go ahead, Cody. Tell them
Can
about
I
your
finally
BJJs.
fucking continue?
Please
Yeah.
finish.
Yeah, no.
Fuck
Brag about
me,
your blue
good
belt and your
Lord.
BJJs or
All
something.
right, fuck you.
All right, have a good
To
night, ladies
our
and gentlemen.
normal
Make a difference.
audience.
Like, share, and subscribe. Peace.